It's making panel upgrades to your home, new LED in lighting, electric vehicle charging, and all residential service calls. Best Electric provides quality service at fair prices. They are experienced and licensed electrical contractors ready to get to work. Connect with the best.
Hey, this is Gabe Nigel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Great day to be alive on this Monday. Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust. Alongside me, I don't know what to call him.
I got it. Don't worry.
All right, go ahead. Put your Marquette Eagles hoodie on.
About it. We are.
You know what's sad is if Wisconsin won, he would have put on a Wisconsin hoodie.
100%. They right. The great thing about cheering for two top 25 basketball teams is whoever wins the rivalry, you're still a winner. So, hey, we are.
Not saying it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's people driving in the car right now. I know Luis is saying it right now. A lot of people listening saying Marquette right now as I throw on my nice little Marquette sweater I got here.
800-990-3776. Please confirm that you did not say anything after Kyle said that.
We are!
Brad Nortman, longtime NFL punter, Super Bowl 50 runner-up. How are you?
I'm rested. I feel good. Guys, the Packers or Badgers didn't play this weekend, but it was still an eventful weekend at the Nortman household. And I've actually Ben Brust to partially thank for that.
Oh, wow. Ben Brust. What did you do, Ben?
I'm a lifesaver.
A lifesaver. I have an early nomination for Dad of the Year. Ben Brust, the father. It's a version of Ben Brust that are faithful, loyal. KBN Nation rarely gets the sight of. But let me tell you this. For those who don't know, in KBN Nation, Lexi and I are fostering a few babies. It's been lovely. It's been a great time. But the sleep is lacking, boys. The sleep is lacking. Last week, I was dragging. I'm not going to lie. I was dragging. I know our good, fearless leader here, Ben Brust, also a father, several months ahead of the babies that we have. So I'm like, Ben, how do you do it, man? I was hurting.
You hit rock bottom. We gotta ask Ben Brust for advice.
Come on, Kyle.
Last resort is Ben Brust.
It would surprise KBN.
Oh,
Nation.
you think that was funny? You laughing?
What we talk about during the break, and I go to Ben Brust, and he goes, "Oh, you got to go with these sleep pads." I was like, "Sleep pads?" He goes, "Sleep pads." It helps them. It's another layer of absorption that the babies have to be able to absorb when they're throughout the night. It helps them sleep through the night more. Also gave me a feeding technique. And what do you know? I mean, I'm telling you, we've had these kids for a while now. Not one night has there been a night where I have slept through the night without having to take care of these babies, except for last night.
Oh, wow.
I slept through the night. It feels lovely. I feel rested, and it was all because of Ben Brust and his lovely fiance's suggestions for how Lexi and I can get these kids through the night. And what do you know? Lexi and I woke up, and we said, wouldn't you believe it? Look at the Brust family. Look at Ben Brust. He gave us the toolkit, and we executed. We got a full night's sleep last night. I'm sitting here.
Take that, Kyle.
Brand new man. Ben Brust.
I'm taking mental notes.
Dad of the Year.
I'm taking.
You don't take mental notes. I'm right here.
No, I mean I'm some years away.
When you hit rock bottom, you can come to me. Okay.
Well, I don't want to hit rock bottom. Based off Brad talking about he too tired. Oh, regimented Brad. If he was thrown off by these kids, I know I'll be thrown off by my future seeds. So I'm definitely gonna take the mental note of getting a pad.
Yeah. It's like what is it?
Essentially, Kyle, here's how I described young Bradley Nortman in his parenting days.
Yes.
If you were a baby, or pretend as you as a person, if you were sleeping and you peed yourself.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Just think about it. Would you be uncomfortable?
Young Kyle used to wet himself once in a while. I'm saying uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. So as a baby.
Like 6, 7?
Yeah, 12, 13, high school, now.
24.
Changing the sheets now. You ruined the duvet cover. That's how he ruined the duvet cover. He peed all over it.
I did.
So I explain. I say, if you were a baby and you were sleeping in your pee, would you be comfortable?
No.
No, you need extra absorption. And so you lay the pad within, and I told him he can go to the next level. There's nighttime diapers. You do a nighttime diaper with the pad, and that's even more absorption, so you can get more sleep.
Oh, so it's the pamper that's absorbing, not the mattress.
Of course, you don't want.
Yeah, you don't want. Kyle, you are way away from. You are so far away from.
Well, when you said
a mattress,
when you said absorption, I'm thinking, another little pad that the baby get more comfortable in when they sleep. They
rolling
feel more
all over their pee on the sheets.
No, okay, now I get it.
They're not full on wetting the bed. It's just the diaper, the standard diaper, which I was led to believe should be enough to get you through the night. Not nearly enough. You're waking up, you're changing them, you're probably feeding them again. But Ben and the Brust family implement this another layer of protection that allows for more absorption. Bada bing, bada boom. We're sleeping through the night.
Sounds like a live read, if you ask me.
It does.
That's Brad Nortman. Max Meyerson running the show today. Alex Strofe is
still recovering,
doing a birthday weekend. I'm guessing he just wanted to sleep in today.
Yeah. He need an extra day to recover.
Nobody ever told me why he took the day off. I'm just here because Strophe. We'll just assume he's lazy. We'll just assume he didn't want to be here because he doesn't have the heart to do it.
Call his ass out.
I like that. I like me some Max Myers.
Wow, coming in with fire.
800-990-3776. Kyle in full flip-flop effect today. Yes, he is.
No, I'm not.
Would you have worn a Wisconsin Badger sweatshirt if they won?
Come on now, you know what I would have wore. I would have wore on Wisconsin, baby. What do you mean?
And you have
What do you mean?
no shame in this?
I am born and raised in the 4-1-4. I was groomed on Dick Bennett coaching up that team to the Final Four, and then Tom Crean took the great Dwayne Wade to the Final Four as well. So, I mean, how can I choose? You shouldn't be. I mean, you went to Madison. You still should have a little love in your heart from Dwayne Wade when you were a kid as well. So
I don't mind him.
I like both teams. I'm more of a Badgers fan, but when the Badgers lose like they did in the second half and John Tonje messes up my underdog fantasy sports pick because he couldn't score 6 points in the second half, I mean, it is what it is.
So we can get to that. Alex Strofe wore a shirt that was half Badgers, half Marquette. Doing this whole thing.
It's clean.
Great. I just got to get here right away. There was a get-together for his birthday.
Oh, yeah, there's a gathering. There was a birthday gathering.
And Brad hung out with Kyle.
Yeah.
Outside of work hours?
Yeah,
That's like anti everything you stand for.
I'm not gonna lie. I walked in the party. Of course, they said 3:30. I'm like, okay.
See you at 8.
No, well, I didn't come that late. I came after 4, and I popped in, and you know what? I felt pretty welcome. It was like, hey, it's Kyle. He came. I said, yeah, I came. I came to support El Sorofe, so it was cool.
Yeah, I'll say this, too. I came a little bit late, around 7:30 or 8 or so. That's pretty late compared to the rest of the group. But Kyle Wallace was there. And obviously Strofe and his girlfriend. And Maddie Hayes, 24.
Madison Hayes, 24 on Instagram.
Madison Hayes, excuse me.
Wally was there, too. Let me tell you about Wally. That boy, he has stomach issues.
Oh, wow.
He was tuning up a storm.
I was not aware
He was
of that.
tuning up a storm. I was like,
is Wally on the board?
I see why you don't get women. I see exactly what happens on the date. You're farting on the dang.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that'd be a killer.
He smelled like
hard,
the babies.
Be hard
guys
to
put
overcome.
to sleep.
Yeah. But anyway, I walk in there. You say happy birthday to Strophe, give him a hug, all that kind of stuff. I see Kyle Wallace there. First opportunity to truly hang out with Kyle Wallace outside of the show. And Kyle Wallace, it reminded me that, Kyle, I want to be your friend. I want to be officially your friend.
Really?
Because Kyle,
don't beg to be his friend.
I'm not
explain
saying,
more. I was just being me.
I just want to express my heart to you because you go up there and you are you. That's the thing, Kyle. You're greeted with such excitement. I walk in and Kyle goes, "Hey!"
Are you sure you got sleep last night? Because it sounds like you're on something.
Maybe I dreamed this.
No, you didn't dream it. I saw Brad. I said, my boy, Bradley Nortman. I was excited to see Brad.
You're greeted with such excitement. You're kind of you're chatting it up with people. I get why people want to be your friend, Kyle, but clearly the bumpers and the restrictions of Kyle Wallace's life are too firm. Because
so what does Brad have to do to be your friend?
He just
I told y'all my presence is a present, and Brad got a little taste of it.
I did.
He got a little taste of it.
My presence is a present.
Yeah, he got a little taste of it. I mean, what do you got to do, my friend? I mean, I once in a while we can hang out.
I will say I was surprised that you let your guard down to actually go to Strofe's birthday.
Yeah,
because that's not like you. I would imagine some sort of not elaborate excuse, but something where maybe even just as simple as I don't do that kind of thing.
When his girlfriend asked us to go, she seemed so desperate and nervous that people would show up.
Says a lot about Strofe.
And so I didn't want to be. I mean, turns out everybody loves Strofe. A lot of more people than I really would want to be there were there. To be quite honest, I'm like, I don't really do the work thing, and I'm still not a work person to hang out with people who I work with. But it is what it is. But, I felt like I couldn't let her down, and I wanted Strofe have nobody there. I want to support my boy Strofe,
Especially because I couldn't be there. So I know I heard he was in tears that I was not able to be there. That's what I heard.
You heard wrong.
I will say this. So Kyle was there. I was there. Obviously, Strofe was there. And he said, hey, guys, come on. Let's get a picture. So we got a picture. He says, I'm sending it to Benny.
Yeah.
Obviously, we sent it to that group, the three of us without Ben. So he was thinking about you, Ben.
Days.
He was thinking about you on his birthday.
I didn't respond because I was out myself. I wasn't thinking about you guys. I was sitting at a slot machine winning $400.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
I wish you were thinking about us. We were thinking about you.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about you guys.
I wish you were there.
Yeah.
It would have been fun. It wasn't quite complete without Ben Brust.
I bet you if it was Scalzo and the Scalzo and Brust show and Josh and Scalzo were out, I bet you would have showed up for that one.
Yeah, you go to
my presence is a present.
No,
you go to concerts with them without even any sort of
days ago.
Yeah.
We were together 6 years. Kyle doesn't consider me a friend. Brad, I'm helping you. You better not turn on me. I'll stop giving you dad advice.
I need that.
Real friends would have showed up.
Kyle, do you have any fear that this opens the floodgates now to expectations that you go to all these work events?
No, no.
No, I would be concerned.
No, I went to a work event.
You do it once, and
legitimately, this is probably the first work event I've ever gone to outside of GKB that was not GKB sanctioned. I mean, it was cool. I mean,
sounds like he's in a prison.
But, I was on break.
I'm good. I'm good into another couple years, man. I'm straight.
As he waves to people outside of our studio.
No, I mean, I'm straight on that.
You're so cool.
So
Kyle's so cool.
So if Ben and I have a birthday celebration, you won't go to it? This is your one thing for many years?
I mean, come on now. You guys are too old for both birthday celebrations. You're almost 30.
You're
almost 40.
All I want for my
35.
34th birthday is for Kyle to be there.
No, sorry, not going to happen.
You're not going to give that to him?
Nah, it's 34. What the hell is that about? I mean, you're just turning 34. You're getting older.
All right, well, again, he moves further and further away from a wedding invite.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. I'm going to that. It's going to be a great time.
I don't know anymore.
Actually, it's going to be a really great time.
I can't wait. I can't wait to go there. Yeah, we're going to bring it.
Have some carblises and
party
it up.
Saw some in Chicago.
So good. And when I was there, when we were at Strofe's birthday party, what did I get, Kyle? I saw a strawberry margarita right behind the bar.
And when I send you a picture, I showed you a picture of what? Did I show you that picture? My girl had a carbless.
Oh, you didn't show that to me.
Oh, I saw the other people there because people had carbless there.
That's right. Actually, Wooly had a carbless. He was having a carbless. Everyone was having a carbless. It was one of those things where you go to a celebration, you're celebrating El Strofe, I go behind the bar, and then all of the other options just totally fade away to black. I see that strawberry margarita carbless, and I'm like, boom. I'm getting that. So no matter whether I am in the Nortman estate, having all the carbless in the fridge, or going out, celebrating a friend, if I see carbless, I'm like a bee to honey. That is exactly what I'm going for. It's everything I'm looking for. Strawberry margarita was the choice of Saturday night, but there's also normal margarita, mojito, paloma, and there's so many fruit flavors like cranberry, black raspberry, and pineapple. And not only that, I'm going out there, I'm 35. I don't want to feel full of guilt when I'm out there enjoying a beverage. Perfect. Carbless is guilt-free, gluten-free, carb-free, sugar-free, only 100 calories per can, and made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. Drink a carbless. Like me, discover why less is more, whether you're at home, at the bar, celebration, no matter where you are. A carbless always enhances the occasion.
Kyle Wallace is not scared of the Detroit Lions. Is that true?
That's very, very true.
He'll tell you why next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Let them know the dread-headed brother loves the Green Bay Packers. When you see me, Goody, let me in the box.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. After every single green and gold game,
you can say it doesn't matter, but that's not being fair.
There's only one place to go for instant reaction.
Once, since they won the Super Bowl in 2010, one season, have they done better than 10th in points given up.
And to give yours on the Boda Box Wine Line. Tune into Green Bay Game Night with Homer after every green and gold game. Right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is hosting their first ever tournament with $750 in cash prizes available. Hey ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellerson, and Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center invites you to play in a two-man scramble at Whistling Straits, all from their comfortable golf simulators. Grab a friend and sign up today at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com. The tournament costs $120 per pairing and is happening now through December 31st. Your winter chance to play Whistling Straits awaits. wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com.
Kevin Moret for Mentality Men's Health. Guys, I know you hate to feel weak. That means something different for every guy, but for most guys, it means the way they look and move through their day. Did you know that 70% of Mentality clients see an increase in their muscle mass, their muscle tone, and the way they look? This means our clients got their confidence back. If you're looking to look and feel the way you did years ago, join the over 25,000 guys at Mentality and get your confidence back. Go to mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde, and I have the perfect gift idea for you. A custom holiday gift box filled with all your Kringle favorites from Racine Danish Kringles. There's no wrapping needed, and this season you can try their newest holiday pastry, Eggnog Kringle, created to bring festive cheer to your celebration. Filled with rich, creamy eggnog and topped with sweet icing and a sprinkle of cinnamon, it's perfect for sharing with loved ones. Go to Kringle.com to order or call 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles, it's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
With your Saganiac Planning Marquette recap, I'm Ashton Rotman. A 32-point game against an in-state rival for Cam Jones on Saturday.
Instead penetrates the Cam Jones open three.
Give it to him.
Sweet, pure, sweet, and easy.
32 points for Jones, an 88-74 win as Marquette beats Wisconsin at Fiserv Forum for the first time since 2020. Next up, they'll take on Dayton in Dayton on Saturday.
For your fellow fanatics and your number one fans, for your game day compatriots and your personal cheerleaders, for all the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision. Support your overall health so you can be your best for those who matter to you most. Call Eric Pearson. Eric Pearson, Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Z-Gloss is a 3-layer ceramic coating that not only gives your car that mirror finish, it protects it from everything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Visit zbart.com for more information.
Last week's disappointing loss to the Lions in Detroit left a sour taste in the mouth of the Packers and their fans. But after 3 days off, Jordan Love and the Green and Gold ready to get back to work as they take on the Seahawks in a huge game on Sunday night.
We're trying to finish on the right note and win out these last couple games and, handle business, take one game at a time, and obviously we'll see what happens postseason time.
Kickoff happens Sunday night in Seattle at 7:20. Catch pregame coverage right here on 94.5 ESPN with Green Bay Game Day starting at 4 o'clock.
This has been your Green and Gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Flip-flopper Kyle Wallace is in full go. If the Badgers beat Marquette, he would have been wearing Badger gear, but Marquette won, so he's all in his blue and gold today. It's Kyle.
We are!
Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Max Meyerson running the show for Alex Strofe, who's on an extended birthday extravaganza. God only knows what he's doing right now. Kyle, you said something that perked my ears up because similar to a bye week, when you have a team that you follow that plays on a Thursday night and you have the entire NFL slate over the weekend to sort of see what's going on, what does it do, in my opinion? It provides clarity.
Yeah,
now, I want to know what clarity you discovered because you're not scared of the Lions.
Yeah, man, there was so much clarity watching these different NFL games, and it was a fun weekend to actually watch some football, a lot of high scoring. But overall, when I had some time to reflect on this Green Bay Packers team and the game that we played, I came to the conclusion that the Detroit Lions are a great football team. We already knew that, but guess what? The Detroit Lions, ain't going to beat the Packers a third time because guess what? If the Detroit Lions play the Packers again, all that dinking and dunking and all that stuff and the Packers playing zone, that ain't happening. You want to know why?
Go ahead.
Jair Alexander is going to be the X factor in that game. You know
How
what,
can you already put faith in somebody who can't even show up now?
Listen, Jair,
that's a weird prognostication. If they play him a third time, which is highly unlikely, the reason why we'll win is a guy that's not even going to be a part of the next 3 games.
Jair Alexander showed you last year in the playoffs that he can be a difference maker as he was in that game against the Dallas Cowboys and in a game against the Detroit Lions. If you have a guy like Jair Alexander, which allows you to shut down whatever side of the field he's going to be on or take away Amon-Ra St. Brown, which may allow for you to maybe play man-to-man coverage because I'm telling you, I ain't worried about no Tim Patrick. Carrington Valentine could take care of Tim Patrick in man-to-man if he needs to.
That's real rich for you to say right now. What about Jameson Williams?
Sam Laporta?
Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery?
Exactly, that's the whole thing, is that they had time to be able to check down. He had like 20 of his passes were less than 10 yards. He was checking down. He threw 11 receptions to his running backs. If you are able to send pressure and get him off his spot, the Green Bay Packers will be able to win that football game. And having Jair Alexander, which allows you to play man coverage and send pressure, will allow for Jared Goff to be off his spot, and the Packers will have an easy
take a giant step back.
Okay. Should I take a step back to the fact that they couldn't run the ball against the Packers on Thursday?
I need you to take a giant step back.
Should I take it back to the last time that Jair played against the 2 times played against the Lions, 1 of the times he got an interception? Which one?
First off, he hasn't played in the last 4 games against the Lions. I'm not even talking about the Lions. You have to take a giant step back.
Okay, how far back you need me to go?
I need you to talk to me on how you believe the Packers could even see the Lions again.
I mean, the Green Bay Packers can definitely see the Lions again. The Packers overall, I learned this weekend that the Vikings are pretty good and that, the Seahawks are a decent football team and the Rams could score with almost anybody, but the Green Bay Packers are just as good or better than a lot of these football teams, and so can the Packers see the Lions again?
They haven't beat any of the legitimate football teams.
They beat everybody but the 3 top teams ahead of them. But other than that, they beat the St. Louis Rams. They beat the LA Rams earlier
no
this year.
Puka or Cooper Kupp.
They have an opportunity to take on the Seahawks next week as well. And so overall, for this football team, the Green Bay Packers are not worse than those teams. The Green Bay Packers are right there. To me, they're better than those football teams. If they do not match up with the Eagles in the first round, that means they're not the 7th seed. The Packers can definitely advance and beat either whether it's the Rams, the Seahawks, or whether or not it is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Packers could be both those teams to give them a matchup potentially against the Detroit Lions in the divisional round. So I'm not really worried about that. I think the Green Bay Packers
I feel like you're jumping a little too far ahead, right? Like this team has to get better, and in order to what do you mean?
Do you think they're not? You think they can't beat the Buccaneers? You think they can't beat the Seahawks? You think they can't beat the Rams?
Using the word
can't.
Can or can't doesn't help right now. We're so far into the season that sooner or later you have to realize what this team is. And my realization after the Lions game and even after this weekend in the NFL slate is the Packers are a good team, not a great team. They're a good team. They're a good team, but you can't be great if you can't beat the great teams in the NFC.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Ben. I mean, they are part of the second tier of NFC, good teams, right? Where you got the Eagles and the Lions that are clearly better than the rest, right? Schedule or record and just the way they play reflects that. But, man, the Vikings might be in there too. But you got the Packers, the Commanders, Buccaneers, Falcons, Seahawks, Rams, Packers. They're all in this good team category to where any given day, yeah, the Packers can beat those teams, but those teams can beat the Packers given how they play sometimes, particularly if you're putting the Packers on the road. I mean, LA's not going to be an easy place to play. Seattle, we're going to find next week, that's not an easy place to play either.
All these teams you're talking about are very inconsistent football teams. They're less consistent with the Green Bay Packers are. And what drives me crazy is that we're sitting here. Yes, are the Packers an elite football team in the NFC? They have proven not to be. They've been proven that they are a tier below that. But when you're talking about, they're not this good or this, the Packers only losses this year are to teams who have lost a combined 5 games.
And why are you celebrating? That's showing the gap right now.
I'm not celebrating showing the gap. What I'm saying is that after reevaluating and what I saw in that Lions game, the Packers can and will beat the Lions if they get a third shot at the Detroit Lions. Sometimes you're just flatly better than a football team, but I think the Green Bay Packers have an opportunity when they play the Lions to actually defeat the Lions purely because if you have Jair Alexander, that opens up so much around you. The Detroit Lions were able to feast on the Green Bay Packers and the fact they were in a zone defense and the fact that they were able to check down, the fact that Jared Goff had time to throw the football. It's hard to blitz when you have a zone, especially when guys aren't getting home like that.
So my thing is I hear you. Like, don't you think the rest of the NFL isn't like, hey, if we could move Jared Goff off of like having time to throw the football, they would?
They're
really good at doing what they do. I hear you. I know the strategy would work, but it's not like, hey.
There's very few teams in the NFL like
and
the
you
Packers.
think the Packers pass rush can do something and Halfley can scheme something up to get Goff?
I do.
I don't know how I got into a conversation at 224 about the Packers hypothetically playing the Lions in the second round of the playoffs right now, but I think you need to focus on just like week by week what the Packers need to do to actually win these games, because saying they can or can't based off of not winning against the four games against top three teams, how am I supposed to believe anything you're saying?
There's only one
they
game
need to prove. They need to prove to everyone they can beat real teams, because otherwise, what are they? They're fool's gold. You would say yourself.
There's only one game remaining on this schedule that you will actually give the Packers credit for winning that football game. Even
Seattle and Minnesota.
If they beat Seattle, I'm sure there'll be some excuse that people will make that, oh, he didn't play or this like that. Or Seattle, they collapsed at the end, so that doesn't matter. There's only one team on the schedule, the Minnesota Vikings, that the Packers can play that will prove to anybody here that they're good. But the fact that their losses have only come to top-notch football teams that all two of the three teams, I'm not going to say Minnesota's a Super Bowl contender quite yet, but they're a dang good football team. Two of those teams, the Eagles and the Lions, are legit Super Bowl contenders. You have to give credit where credit is due, and the Packers have beat everybody else on their schedule except for the elite teams. They still have something to prove in that, but I'm not going to sit here and let you say the Packers aren't a legitimate
Ben Brust,
football
Kyle
team.
Wallace, Brad Nortman. Trying to get inside Kyle's brain today is really, really tough. 800-990-3776. Kyle's not scared of the Lions. It's already looking ahead to the third matchup of the season, which is hypothetically not even going to happen.
Yeah, the Packers have a long way just to get there. But Kyle, I'm astonished at the fact that these Lions, that they're not garnering your respect. I mean, they're the number one team.
Brad, all you got to do is push Goff off his spot. You know, nobody else has tried to do that.
They've already beat the Packers twice. And if we're going to play the injury game with Jair coming back, I agree that will help the Green Bay Packers. But what about like the 7 injuries they had all in the front 7? Take out Hutchinson. I know he's gone, but they had a lot of temporary short-term issues that kept those guys out of the game against the Packers too. They're going to get like 4 or 5 defensive starters back. That will also tilt the equation in the Lions' favor in that game too.
And you already lost me to start the segment as somebody chimed in as well. First of all, you can't rely on Jair Alexander for anything. Your statement was Jair Alexander will be the difference in playing the Lions a third time.
Said that last year when Jair had all his antics going on, whether he was sitting out because of a shoulder or because of his back or because he was mad about the fact that he wasn't a captain, so he made himself a captain. But when the bright lights were on, when it was game time, when it was time to shine, who stepped up on that defense last year? Y'all can say all this, but when it's time to go, if Jair's healthy, which he will be healthy by the time it comes to the playoffs.
He will be.
He will be, yeah. He's sitting out.
Okay.
He's sitting out right now because of his knee. He'll be healthy.
You're amazing. I love your brain.
With a capital A, a capital Z, and a capital G at the end. Yes, sir, I am.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
I can't believe you have faith in the
you.
most inconsistent guy on the team.
Because when he shows up, he shows up.
John in West Bend, I'm really looking forward to this because this is a trend of the Green Bay Packers. You're up on Kyle, Brust and Nortman.
Hey, guys, thanks for taking my call. I have to say I'm with Kyle here, and I'm not worried about Detroit because do you guys really think the Packers, with only 3 completions in the first half, still only lost by 3 points? Do you think they're going to do that again?
John, do you think they're going to blow a lead to the Jacksonville Jaguars? Do you think they're going to go down 28-7 to the Vikings? Do you think, pick a game? We are making so many excuses for the lack of success the Packers have had against top teams. I need to see them win a game. All I wanted, I said on Thursday before Green Bay Game Day pregame show, I said all I want to hear about on Monday, after all the games, is what the Packers did and how Jordan Love showed that he's ascending back into that second half of the season last year, this year. I was optimistic, and yes, it was a weird game flow, but how many times in the first half or whatever happens do we just end up using that as an excuse for the Packers? Sooner or later, you are what you show that you are, and we're deep enough in the season that I'm starting to get worried that, again, last year there was signs and beyond signs before this week in the NFL season. You could have gone back to before Thanksgiving of seeing signs of the ascending Green Bay Packers. We used the Dolphins and the Niners as games to say that they were sending. Brandon Allen and the Dolphins, who you were crapping on and were right about, can't win in the cold, and there was no way they were going to. So they were ascending in the right direction, and they get matched up, and they didn't have a good half, this, that, and the other thing. But how many times are we going to just be like, oh, this game that happened, this game that happened? They need to put a game together before I can have confidence and be like, yeah, they do have a shot for that matchup against the Lions in your hypothetical situation.
If the Packers are not healthy, the Lions did a great job, despite not being healthy, in competing with the Packers, right? They didn't allow for that to disrupt them. But the Packers are not as good as the Detroit Lions, plain and simple. And so when you are missing a star guy, like they're missing Aiden Hutchinson, but they still were able to get pressure in the first half. We were missing Jair Alexander, and we couldn't have the same result. We weren't able to slow down their passing attack. Our game plan and scheme did not work. They were able to dink and dunk and chop us up. So we just aren't as good as they are. So what I am saying is, if we can be healthy at our star position like a cornerback, that gives us an advantage in game 3, round 3.
I guess to me, it's not enough to prove that this team can hang with an elite team, because at least last year, we saw this Packer team be able to put a full game together and beat good teams. Kansas City Chiefs they beat last year, Detroit Lions they beat last year in successive weeks, actually. So at least when they faced a big team, you say, I've at least seen their ability to go out there and beat a great team. We haven't seen that yet this year, and I just struggle with the fact that no part of this Green Bay Packer team is playing elite. No position group. Maybe Josh Jacobs in the run game. Maybe that is on an elite level, but very few things are elite, and the Lions are pretty elite. The Packers can beat the Lions. Anything can happen, but I just think it's an uphill battle, and they seem to have the Packers number right now.
So I'm seeing this YouTube comment as I love it. Free Jordan Love is sent like every 2 seconds by Deesky. I think that's his name.
Free Slob.
And I actually think I'm kind of for that a little bit. Now, the protection needs to be there for him, but I almost kind of miss first half Jordan Love without the interceptions, but I'm almost like willing to say that maybe a little bit more of him kind of being reckless could be good.
Oh, wow.
Hear me out and hear Brad out. Because Brad has a solution as to how the Packers can get to where Kyle thinks they should be in playing the Lions for a third time in the playoffs. Brad Nortman, former NFL punter, is going to fill you in on what the Packers and Jordan Love need to do to get there.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Dick Van Dyke, real quick on the Cha-Cha Slide ACL, says she was carried out by all 5 of us. 5 people?
That's a big girl. Big girl, yeah. That's a big girl who did Cha-Cha.
Stop it, Kyle.
What you mean? 5 of them had to carry. That's a big girl. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Monica, what delightful surprise do you have for us this Christmas?
I've been waiting all day for your big reveal.
Take a look and tell me what you see.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
I see the North Star, that guiding light that always lets you know where you are.
The North Star is important to you?
Sitting directly above the axis of the Earth, it's the only star in the sky that never moves. It's always there for you.
Sarah?
I see the star that stood high over Bethlehem 2,000 years ago.
Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might.
Monica, it's fabulous.
Nicole Lasker designed it.
I love her.
What's it called?
The Star of Hope. We have them in sterling silver with 4 diamonds for just $198. And in white gold with bigger and bigger diamonds at prices up to $19.98.
I love it.
I love it even more than Rick does.
The Star of Hope.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Get ready for the moment we've all been waiting for. It's the 300K season finale giveaway at Potawatomi. Friday, December 20th, watch your entries from Bird Bash, Cash Clash, and Winter Stash. All pile into one massive drawing for a chance at up to 50 grand cash. Be there to win your share. December 20th, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Learn more at paysbig.com/finale. Must be 21 years old to play.
College hockey returns to Fiserv Forum with the 4th annual Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off, December 28th and 29th.
The Wisconsin Badgers return to defend their title, facing the Ferris State Bulldogs in semifinal action on day 1. The Yukon Huskies and Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks will battle for the other spot in the championship game.
Don't miss the college hockey action coming to Milwaukee and see who wins the championship on day 2. Secure your seats today at Ticketmaster.com.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
Dr. Daniel Holub from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin is joining me. Doctor, what makes an OAW surgeon different from most other surgeons?
At Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, we have all fellowship-trained orthopedic specialists. We have all subspecialties of orthopedics covered through our office, so you can see anybody from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes and everywhere in between.
So let's say someone is feeling pain and they finally walk into OAW for that first time. Can you take me through that process of what's going to happen next?
We always start with an office appointment, which will involve me conversing with the patient, trying to figure out what's happening, and then a physical exam. And we have on-site x-ray and on-site MRI if we should need to move into diagnostic tests of that sort.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
Every day, Wisconsin's 600,000 family caregivers help their loved ones to continue living safely in their own homes. It's not easy. Each year, they spend an average of $7,000 out of their own pockets to provide this care. Wisconsin needs family caregivers, and they need more support. Tell your state lawmakers, Wisconsin family caregivers need a caregiver tax credit in 2025. Learn more at aarp.org/WI. That's aarp.org/WI. Paid for by AARP Wisconsin.
It's WTMJ's Brandon Snide for Wisconsin Harley-Davidson. The holiday season is here, and Wisconsin Harley-Davidson has you covered. Now through December 28th, when you purchase any new Harley-Davidson motorcycle, you'll receive a shopping spree. See Sales Associate for details, only valid on new bike purchases. December is full of shopping treats. Follow Wisconsin Harley-Davidson's Facebook page and Instagram for more details, and be sure to check out WISHD.com. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, your destination dealer.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
So it's not nice.
What's the formula for the Green Bay Packers to have success down the stretch? The answer may be more simple than you think. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Max Meyerson running the show. UKBN Nation, as always, can get into the show at 800-990-3776. Get involved in the fun chat on YouTube at ESP Milwaukee and at ESP Madison. Got a lot of people with opinions, and that's what we love. We want to hear your opinions. Brad, especially yours. Did you like the way I set that up? Because I feel like the answer to the Green Bay Packers' success down the stretch might be more simple than hoping Jair Alexander's available if they hypothetically play the Detroit Lions like Kyle thinks.
Fired.
Yeah, it was beautifully set up, Ben. It is more simple than Jair Alexander. Jair is a complicated dude, so we're not going to go there. It's simple, guys. Jordan Love has to be the elite quarterback he showed us in the second half last season, the elite quarterback that elicited the $55 million per year in his new contract extension, and the guy that is a top 5 NFL quarterback. Currently this season, I'm not sure this is even really arguable. He's been somewhere between 8 to 14. If we're going to power rank all the quarterbacks in the NFL. Now, some games he plays great and he looks great and he's maybe in the top 5. But most games he's hovering around top 10, maybe 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, something like that. And guys, that's just not good enough. This defense, they're not going to miraculously get better. That D-line's not going to miraculously all of a sudden start rushing the quarterback. The linebackers. Quay Walker is not going to become, insert great linebacker here to stop the run. It's going to continue.
Luke Kuechly, who you played with.
Great call, Ben. My man, Luke Kuechly. And the secondary, yes, they're opportunistic, particularly McKinney, but the defense is not going to take a step forward. We know damn well the special teams is just holding on for dear life. And the running game is good, but it's a quarterback-driven league. When I was watching the Bills play the Rams yesterday, that's what I'm reminded of. That in order to win in this league, no matter what, anything happens on defense, special teams, or running the football, you have to have a quarterback that's playing at an elite level. We know Jordan Love can do that. He showed us last year 10 straight games where nobody was playing better than Jordan Love. But he needs to get back to the quarterback that was in rhythm, throwing the ball accurately, making good decisions. We've seen strides made, but he's nowhere near the quarterback that he was last year. So if this team is going to make at all noise in the playoffs and not just be a one and done wild card team, Jordan Love needs to be a top 5 NFL quarterback, and he needs to re-incite fear in the league like he did last year.
All right, so Brad, as someone who played in the NFL, I don't disagree. I obviously think he has to. At no point, and I actually thought heading into this year, I was like, poor Jordan Love is going to be held to the standard of the last 10 games of the season last year because it was ridiculous. And of course, you should have been excited because we know what he's capable of. But at no point throughout the season has he strung together 4 games that have looked like what he did in those 10 games. Is he capable of it? Yes, we know he's capable of it. He's done it. Now, my question to you would be, because I don't disagree, he has to be elite and closer to that second half level of play last year to end the season. Do you see signs? How does he do it? Have you been in a locker room with Cam Newton where he struggled and something clicked? Is there a magic sauce? Is it belief? Is Matt LaFleur holding him back? Last year, we had his quarterback coach on, Steve Calhoun, and said...
Supposed to have him on Friday. What happened?
He let him loose. That's for a different day. He let him loose, right? Like, so at this point in the season, what can happen in order for Jordan Love to start being that guy that everyone wants him to be?
Jordan Love's a rhythm quarterback. When he is rolling and he is in rhythm, he can sling it accurately, decisively with the best of them. Cam wasn't necessarily a rhythm quarterback, but there were times where he had to regain his confidence. I haven't seen, he's been even keel, for sure Jordan Love has been, but has he had that swagger, has he had that confidence that he had when he was really rolling last year? We just haven't seen that yet. Matt LaFleur needs to continue to develop a game plan that's where I'm a little bit hesitant to say free Jordan Love. He has to just take what the defense gives him. Too many times he's making the play that's a little bit too challenging. But
isn't that how he became the guy the last 10 games of the year where like he was making great reads, and if it was a all-out blitz, he was finding the one matchup? Like, what are we missing? Is it the tape that the way that they're going against the Packers in pass plays? I'm trying to figure out how to get him back in that rhythm, because when he's in that rhythm, he's unstoppable.
90% of Jordan Love's completed throws, particularly at the end of last year, there were guys that were fairly open, right? He found the open man. I can think how many times, 15-some yards down the field, you had a guy coming across the middle, he found the zone, or he found the guy that was beat, and he slung it to him. This year, it feels like there's too much of an effort, too much of a push to make that play. It provides some absolutely wonderful and beautiful throws, right? Like that throw to Kraft in the end zone where it was just like on a line and it was like a little over the fingertips and he caught it.
The throw to Watson was even better.
It was beautiful and brilliant.
Come on, keep talking.
There's times where you try to recreate that throw and your rhythm's a little bit off. This is why he initially struggled against the blitz, because when he's in rhythm, he is very good. But you take off that rhythm a little bit, and all of a sudden you still try to make the same throws, and it's inaccurate, it gets picked off, it's ineffective. So Jordan Love needs to be able to slow the game down, be decisive, take what the defense gives him. Even if you're Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, all the great quarterbacks, even Patrick Mahomes, who is as inventive as there is in the NFL, Josh Allen, those guys, 80 to 90% of their throws, it is read one, read two, find the open man, take what the defense gives you. Every once in a while, we know Jordan Love has some like risk-taking Favre in him. Every once in a while, he has too much Rodgers in him, where he wants it to be like a piece of art, like have our jaws on the ground. He just needs to take what the defense gives him, find his rhythm. When he does that, he is almost unstoppable, and it starts early. This is why I was so angry with the Detroit Lion game. You could almost tell what kind of quarterback Jordan Love's going to be early on. You get him rolling early, boy, oh boy, defense is well of a problem. You give him 3 completions in the first half. That's not good enough.
Well, the O-line was really bad in the first quarter.
They were really bad, and I think that the Packers just thought we can get the best of the Lions because their front seven is so decimated. An adjustment should have happened quicker. It happened at halftime as opposed to after like 2 possessions. So it's going to be on Jordan Love, because the biggest thing is the rest of the team, they're good. They're not great. They're okay. You're not going to look at any other position group and say, that's the group that's going to save us. It's going to be quarterback. Most important position, the position that's shown it can play at an elite level. And between him and Matt LaFleur, a masterful schemer and a masterful throw of the football coming together to get him in rhythm, short and easy passes, and then when you does open up, you let it rip.
See, this is why I think y'all tripping, because I feel like you guys are allowing the end result of this football game against the Lions to take away what you have seen overall from Jordan Love. See, for me, I look at a football team that was down 7-17 at halftime, and I saw a guy that was able to lead his team downfield for a touchdown to put them down 3. And then his team was able to get an interception, and he helped the team, handed the ball off. But our team punched it in and got us up 21-17 that quickly. Having a leader like Jordan Love helps for you to be able to do that. So I understand we want to see Jordan Love elevate his game to a whole nother level, but the fact that he's able to bring his team back to the point where the last drive of the game, I know we got to score a touchdown. He got us the field goal. There was a penalty that held us back. But that last drive that the Packers had, he was driving us down there until that penalty brought us back, which made things more difficult.
Another trend of the Packers.
Well, that's the trend of the Packers. But overall, I'm not putting this on Jordan Love. When Jordan Love has had an opportunity to do something big and geared towards a starter, he has given us the confidence that he can go down there, he can score a touchdown or get you the points that you need. To me, that's the steps in the right direction. So I'm not going to put this on Jordan Love's shoulders and say, oh, well, Jordan Love needs to elevate his play. What we have asked him to do, he has executed. Anytime that
you asked him to play to the same level as last year's second half of the season every time.
Matt LaFleur's running the ball a lot more. It doesn't seem like they're throwing the ball as much right now. We're not asking him to do as much. We're not asking him to throw the ball 35 times a game. We're asking him to throw the ball 20-some times per game. A couple weeks ago, I think, was it the game before? Was it the Bears game? You only had to throw the ball like 20 times?
Well, it was a 13 for 17 performance. It's been
23 completions the week before. Like, they're not asking Jordan Love to slang the pill up and down the football field, but he's being efficient. He's still making plays for the Packers. He was 12 for 20 last week, right? He only had 20 passing attempts last week, and he completed 12 of them. He looked pretty good doing it.
60% is not quite good.
Under pressure, nonstop.
I just think you look at his run last year. He took games over. I mean, he was unstoppable. I'm looking at the game last year when they beat the Lions, the one lone game over the last 3 years that they beat the Lions on Thanksgiving, and he tore him up. I mean, he was 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, almost 70% completion percentage. He was unstoppable. You're just not seeing that quarterback right now. He's playing good. He's playing in that 8-12 quarterback, which is solid. But he's got to be top 5 if this team is going to do anything at all.
If Christian Watson doesn't fumble on that drive, maybe you guys are.
You keep saying that. But
I'm just saying it happened, but we're putting it on Jordan Love. Jordan Love can't make Christian Watson not try to hurdle him.
Oh, my gosh. You're starting to sound like Tom Brady's ex-wife.
Yeah. There's been plenty of.
He can't catch the ball, too.
That's what Giselle said.
You don't know that?
I don't pay
You live in
attention
a
to-
bubble.
I sure do. A Packer bubble, baby.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. No Strophe. We got a hardworking Max Myerson with us. UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. Brad thinks Jordan Love needs to be elite, and the reason why the Packers will go deep is if he can start taking over games like I'm seeing as well, because I'm with you, Brad. I'm watching. I'm like, when's Jordan Love going to be he hasn't had an MVP moment even. That's what we were talking about last week. Is like, when's he going to have his moments?
Josh Allen had 6 touchdowns
the
yesterday.
week before he caught
6.
one, caught one, passed one, ran one. I know that's not what Jordan Love is. I'm just saying the storylines are there of other quarterbacks doing great things, and that was Jordan Love last year. I need him to be in those conversations this year. We'll continue this with you, 800-990-3776, but we need your help. Brad has an issue, and when Brad has an issue, he usually turns to me, but this time we're going to turn to you. 800-990-3776 will tell you what Brad's problem is next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Women ask you, do you love me? Why do you love me?
Wait, why am I always the one doing that? Tell me why you love me, baby. I need you to make me feel better.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Romeo. This 3-syllable, you have to take the O out of the equation. That's too easy.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Iota, right? Not one iota. Iota.
Yeah. That's only 4 letters.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
Let's pretend you're a first-time listener to Wilde and Tausch. What the hell is this? They're discussing syllables.
On 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It's the holiday season, my favorite time of year. Festive decorations, family gatherings, using our gift boxes. Honestly, I'm happier to see a Using Our Gift Box at my door than Santa. The Using Our Gift Box doesn't require cooking, just eating. And who's not up for that during the holidays? Make someone's day by sending them the tastiest gift in town, a box filled with Using Our's delicious sausage, cheese, and assorted goodies. Order yours today. It's easy. Just go to usingour.com and click on gifts.
With your Saganiac Planning Marquette recap, I'm Ashton Rotman. A 32-point game against an in-state rival for Cam Jones on Saturday.
Instead penetrates the Cam Jones
great look.
open three.
Give it to him.
Sweet, pure, sweet, and easy.
32 points for Jones, an 88-74 win as Marquette beats Wisconsin at Fiserv Forum for the first time since 2020. Next up, they'll take on Dayton in Dayton on Saturday.
Ready for a game changer? Now's the time to take your shot with Quartz, your local provider-owned and affordable health insurance. You can choose from a range of benefits to best support you and your family. Quartz is a proud partner of Aurora Healthcare, so you get to stay in the network you love. Visit quartzbenefits.com or call Saganiac Planning 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service. Quartz branded health plans are offered by Quartz Health Benefit Plans Corporation, Quartz Health Plan Corporation, and Quartz Health Insurance Corporation, which are separate legal entities.
'Tis the season for celebrating, so why not make your holiday gathering unforgettable? Give your team or clients an experience they'll talk about long after the new year with V Private Bar Services. Forget the same old office party. With custom cocktails tailored to your brand and a top-notch mixologist team, V Private Bar Services brings the magic of a high-end bar to your event. Make this holiday season extraordinary. Visit vprivatebar.com to book your premier party today. That's vprivatebar.com for your next unforgettable event.
From your best friend who lives on caffeine to your teenager who always forgets to fill up their tank, Quick Trip gift cards are the ultimate holiday hack for everyone on your list. Pick one up in-store or online, and they'll have everything they need. Coffee, snacks, groceries, fuel, and more, all with one thoughtful gift. And honestly, who has time for complicated gift shopping? We know you don't. Give the gift that keeps life moving. Holiday gift cards from Quick Trip.
Brighten up your home, workplace, or event with flowers and trust Welke's Milwaukee Florist to be your local florist. Welke's is family-owned and has delivered beauty for customers and businesses for well over 100 years. Join Welke's Flower subscription so your home is always fresh, or discover the benefits of creating a corporate account and leave the work to them. Welke's Milwaukee Florist has locations in Elm Grove and at 56th and North in Milwaukee. Go to welkes.com, that's WELKES.com for more info and to place an order.
Who is the Bucks' all-time leading scorer? Where do the Bucks win their only other championship? Which rookie once scored 55 points in a single game? If you know the answers, a shopping spree at the Bucks Pro Shop is on the line.
Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
Join ESPN Milwaukee Friday, December 13th at noon inside the Bucks Pro Shop for Bucks Trivia.
Trivia, baby.
Answer the questions right, and a $500 Bucks shopping spree is yours. December 13th at noon at the Bucks Pro Shop. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
My night runs into morning all the time, and through my phone I'm scrolling.
All right. Did Kyle give you a list of songs to play, or is this just you?
No, this is me.
I told you last week I love when Max produces because he listens to me, but also I like his taste.
DJ Max. DJ Maxie.
Not really the vibe.
Max, keep doing your thing.
Not really the vibe.
Keep doing your thing. We can turn it up, Max. Tell him we can turn right, point at him. Who are you?
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Max Meyerson running the show.
Let's say it with some passion.
What would you do if you were Brad Nortman? Last week, I documented how it was Thanksgiving night, and I had 79 miles to go, 70 miles to get to home. And it was Thanksgiving night, ran out of gas a half a mile from the gas station with a baby and my fiance in the car, ran to the gas station, hitchhiked my way back in the crossover trunk of a Subaru. Great family, very nice of them. Don't know why they let me in a trunk with a gas can full of gas, but they did.
Playing with fire.
Literally. Well done, Brad.
Nice.
You are in a similar predicament, just not with a child and fiance.
Yeah, let me tell you, this is just such a foreign situation to me. I almost never let the can even go below a fourth. Once it gets at or around a fourth, whoop, I'm finding the gas station, I'm filling it up. But I drive in today, running a little bit behind, so I come to the office. I check in right as I'm checking in to the parking garage. I scan the parking garage. The gift goes up. All of a sudden, ding! I see on my dashboard, you're on fuel reserve. Would you like me to find a nearby gas station? That's what it asked me. And I said, nope, not right now. But I go to my, how much miles do I have until empty? It's like 37. Okay. I'm a creature of habit.
You?
Me. I'm a creature of habit.
You're a robot.
I go to the same gas stations, and I already had planned to go to the gas station because one of our tires needs a little bit of air in it. So I go to a place that has a little free air too. And I already then checked.
Great partner, Quick
right
Trip.
away. Great partner, Quick Trip. I love Quick Trip. Quick Trip in Delafield. If I end up going there, which I'm going to let KBN Nation decide, you'll probably see me there around 5:45. So when I go to look at how far away this Quick Trip is that I always go to in Delafield on my way home, it's like 28 miles. So we got 37 miles to go, allegedly, and it's 28 miles away. Now, I've only taken my car down once to where it's single-digit miles to go, and I was panicking the whole way. The time we did it, we were in Florida. We're driving down to some friends in Fort Lauderdale, and Lexi had fallen asleep. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go as far as I possibly can to let Lexi keep sleeping. So it was inspired by love. This is inspired by desperation. So the question is, do I stay true to who I am? Do I stay true and, committed to my gas station and risk it and see if I can make it there? And now here's the other part of it. Guys, this is it's traffic time. So it's stop and go. This isn't free flowing. This is stop and go.
That eats the gas, man.
It eats the gas. It's a lot of heavy braking and heavy acceleration. So do I risk it? I'm freaking out a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I had anxiety the minute I turned off the car, even to this moment.
Do you have access to the KBN Twitter, Max Meyerson? Brad Nortman has a gas gauge at 37 miles to empty. He's 28 miles to his favorite gas station.
Yep, my preferred gas station.
Risk it or stop before?
I really don't want to stop before. It feels like I'm giving in. It feels like they're winning, whoever they are.
Who's they?
Whoever the
You've
enemy
made
is,
up they in your
they're
head.
winning.
Yeah,
I did the same thing. How do you not listen to me running out of gas when my gas told me I could get there and by having more miles than the actual distance? It's cold out.
Well, and
cold, you burn gas more.
And here's the other thing, right? This situation is I'm so unaccustomed to it. Like I said, I will always fill up around a fourth of a tank, so I never even get close to it. So a situation like this, it might only come. I literally said we lived in Florida the last time that this happened. It was probably 4 years ago. This happens once every 5 years that I'm in a situation where I'm pushing the limits. So I got a little anxiety thinking about it. But KBN Nation, do I go? Do I risk it? Do I stay true to myself? Or do I wave the white flag and be soft and go somewhere closer?
All it took was a couple hours hanging out with me over the weekend, and Brad done lost all the little stuff that you do. You're really going to be part of the run out of gas gang like me and Ben?
I mean, I don't want to be, but I kind of want to see if it happens.
This is risky business, man. I'm mad about the fact that you don't even know how your car works, right? Ben understands how his vehicle works. He knows when his car is talking to him going, he says, uh-oh, it's time to go. I know with my car, when it start doing a little shake, I'm like, uh-oh. When I try to accelerate and don't accelerate like I want, it means it's time to get some gas. You have no idea what your car is. And Brad,
you've never pushed it. You don't know.
You ain't built for the embarrassment that comes when you run out of gas and everybody sees you. See, you're not going to run out of gas on the freeway, no, because you're going to get to the point where you say, I need to get gas. You're going to get off. You're going to get
This sounds like a challenge.
Anyone plan on being at I-94 in between Milwaukee and Delafield at around 5:20?
Yeah, as I say, help
there might be a Brad Nortman waving you down.
Brad, you're not built for this, man. I'm telling you this right now. The first thing you're going to do is going to call Lexi because you're going to feel stupid. That's what you're going to do. You're going to sit in the car. You're going to say, oh, no. You're going to feel stupid.
She needs me back.
And then you're going to call Lexi, and Lexi's going to say, Brad, why would you do that? Now you got to explain that to her, and then she got to gather her stuff to be able to go get you, and she got to find a gas can. You're going to be stuck. You think you're going to get home at 5:45? It's going to be 6:45 by the time she gets you gas. I'm telling you, this is risque business, Bradley. Risque business. Don't do it. You ain't built for this, man.
There's one line that I take a little bit of offense to. That I'm not built.
You're not
built for it.
You're not.
I take offense to that.
You would
I'm
turn
built
bright
for this.
Brad. You would turn bright red.
Oh, I would
You'd be
so
embarrassed.
Somebody
I'd
say,
be
hey,
so
buddy, you
ashamed.
need some help, Brad? Yeah.
Gee, fella.
I don't know. I tried to risk it. You'd be embarrassed. See, if you run out of gas, you'd be like Ben. You'd be like, hey, let me hitchhike home. I need help. You have no embarrassment, right? Like it happened to me.
I have no shame.
Yeah.
You have shame.
Yeah,
that's it.
I would probably stay
I
in
think
the
that's
car.
what it boils down to. Is I don't have shame.
Yeah, I would find it very hard to get out of the car and start asking people for rides. I would stay in my car, probably pretty ashamed. But I think
blocking traffic.
That's you.
That would be humiliation on display.
I told you ain't built for it. You ain't built for it, Bradley. It's okay.
I kind of want to push my boundaries and see if I am, though.
Well, don't call me.
No.
I can't go out there.
I don't want to be in that position, but I want to see how far can I go without my anxiety.
You get to 10 miles
spiking.
to empty, and you're going to be in Brookfield going past the movie theater. You're going to say, let me get off.
Robin Madison, 800-990-3776. Should Brad risk it or play it safe like he always does?
Well, here's the thing. Brad, I think the universe itself is telling you that you have to go.
Oh.
You have to go. Because here's the thing. Anything that Ben suggests, of course, is just a crap idea. That's the first thing. The second thing is you've admitted that you are uncomfortable. The universe is saying, Brad, don't be a dork. Go. Be a man. Right?
10 out of 10 call, Robin Madison.
Yeah,
don't be a dork. Don't be a dork. You even look like a dork when you're chanting that.
I'm like bobbing up and down.
Oh, yeah, don't be a dork. I don't know.
Yeah, Brad, it's embarrassing, man. You're not built for it. My brother one time, we were at my parents' house, and he left, and there literally is a gas station right by my parents' house. He calls me like 10 minutes later and says, hey, Kyle, I ran out of gas. I said, where you at? He said, I'm at the Menominee Valley Parkway. I said, bro, the gas station is all of right up the street. You can go walk and get a gas. He said, man, come help me. He's built for that. He's built to drive past gas stations and not get gas and run out of gas. You not.
Well, maybe this is what you guys ever heard the phrase discomfort is the language of growth?
Yeah, I've heard it, not that way.
Well,
but yeah.
I'm discomfortable in this. Maybe it's a growth opportunity.
Uncomfortable. Discomfortable?
What did I say? Discomfort.
Discomfort.
Yeah. Ryan and Tosa, what should Brad do? Risk it? Play it safe.
All right. Brad, how many quick trips do you pass between where you are currently at and the one you want to go
Ryan,
to?
you're already asking the correct question, but Brad can't not do his regimen.
There's at least 2 that I can think of, maybe even 3, between here and the Delafield one that I prefer.
Okay. I will tell you the same thing I tell my loving wife. I tow her car every weekend. But the deal is this. Do not call me if you run out of gas, because the E on the gauge does not mean enough.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, I love the advice.
So you're saying don't risk it.
Unless you want to find out what the back of a Subaru crossover hatchback looks like.
No, Ryan, like we had said earlier, Kyle, he ain't built for that.
He's not. He's not built for it,
built
man.
for
I'm
hitchhiking and asking a random stranger to take him to a gas station like I did on Thanksgiving.
I would be so uncomfortable too. I'd be like, sorry, partner. I just
partner.
I tried.
I would be like, get out of my car. Let's call me partner.
You know what I
tried
find
to
amazing?
endearment.
I find amazing is that you're loyal to not just a brand, but you're loyal to the location. Bro, I'm loyal to the price. Who got the cheapest gas I can find?
This won't be surprising you. And there's nothing against the other quick trips. I've been to them. They're great. A couple one at Oconomowoc are good too. I go to the same pump every day. Not even the same one. I go to the same pump.
You are a psychopath.
Will you wait if the pump is taken? You wouldn't go wait.
Max, is he a real person?
No,
that's insane.
I have.
That is.
If the
Do you wait if somebody's at the pump?
No, I do have one backup. I got a backup pump. It's one on the far left. It's best to pull into it and pulling out.
Brad, I'm the
totally
type of dude,
optimizes the experience.
No, Brad, I'm the type of dude.
Optimizes the experience.
Crazy.
You're getting gas.
When I discovered at
they say
Sam's,
thank you, come again when you go buy something.
When I discovered at Sam's that I can park on the opposite side and pull the thing all the way across on the other side, I'm like, oh, this is free game. I'm never waiting in line if I don't have to. That's ridiculous. I want to get in and out.
You guys go get a drink together as best friends and discuss the ins and outs of a gas station while we go take a 2-minute break. And we find out where Jordan Love and a receiver unknown are ranked on the ESPN power rankings of quarterback wide receiver combos. First off, who do you think the combo is? And where do they rank in the NFL? 2 minutes, don't go anywhere. Brad, you're a robot.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Caleb Williams sucks.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Wallace. Right now at Universal Windows Direct, get 0% financing for 60 months, restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to UWD.com to schedule your free in-home estimate.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Universal Windows Direct.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Gift giving is easy with an Island Resort and Casino gift card. Every person on your list can spend their time just the way they like it. Dining, going to a concert, relaxing at the Drift Spa, playing golf. No matter the reason, gift cards to the Midwest's premier resort destination are a sure bet. To order gift cards, stop by the Island Club today or call 877-ISL-SHOW. Then spread some joy because everyone knows your total experience is at the Island.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Kyle's not scared of the Detroit Lions when they play him in their hypothetical third game 6 weeks from now. I'm Ben Brust alongside Brad Nortman with a brain. Kyle Wallace is more of the Tin Man. Or is Tin Man out of a heart? Is he a scarecrow?
You're mixing it up, yeah.
Yeah, Kyle the Scarecrow.
So I don't have a heart, but I have a brain.
No, you have a heart, you don't have a brain.
Oh, wow. Who are you?
Dorothy.
Oh, okay, yeah. Uh-huh.
Toto.
Oz.
Toto.
Toto.
Right, that's it. The dog.
Max Myerson running the show, UKB Nation at 800-990-3776. But Brad, you came across something that I did not get to. I saw the article, didn't open it. Not a big article opener, unless I need to. I turned it over to Brad Nortman, and I'd like for everyone to participate, whether they know what's happening or don't know what's happening.
Yeah, guys, so I love the content that ESPN puts out. Rob Domofsky always joins us on Wednesday after Hear Brad Out. I don't know if he's the one that did this list because a lot of times they collaborate, all these different team reporters. I think this was just put out there by one individual. But they came out with a list, ESPN.com, of top quarterback wide receiver pairings in the NFL. And there's a lot of familiar faces on that list. Number one is Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. And it goes to all the big name wide receivers and quarterbacks. Now, there's top 20. And a Packer, Jordan Love and a Packer receiver did fall on this list. Of the top 20, I want you guys to guess where they fall and who the receiver is that is falling on this top quarterback wide receiver duo in the NFL. Who is the wide receiver? Because we know there's a lot of wide receiver options and where they fall.
There are a lot of wide receiver options in the NFL. Than the
so they didn't go past the top 20.
They did not. They ended at 20.
So we know we're in the top 20.
And I will say there are some like doubles, like Jalen Hurts to Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts to A.J. Brown.
Both better than what we have.
They represent two different slots on the list.
Per Josh DiMaggio, producer of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Mornings 94.5 ESPN, it's from Dan Orlovsky. His name is listed in the title of the rankings.
Yeah, I just went right by that. I trust Dan Orlovsky. Thank you, Josh DiMaggio. So even interesting of a list. I just want you to guess. I want you to react then to what the real is.
I'm going to go out on a limb.
Oh.
Number 19.
Okay.
Jordan Love, and believe it or not, Romeo Doubs.
Okay.
That'd be that'll lose a lot of credibility for Mr. Orlovsky.
19, Love and Dobbs. Kyle, would you like to submit your guess?
I mean, when I look at the different duos and the teams that are ahead of the Green Bay Packers in the standings, I mean, we're probably number 12. Number 12, and it has to be our boy J Love to Jaden Reed connection.
How could that possibly be on there? They have 8 catches in the last 4 games.
Hey, bro. Hey, buddy. Understand that. Who leads the team in receptions?
He bro and buddied you.
Yeah. Who leads the team in receptions this year? Jaden Reed with 44. In receiving yards, Jaden Reed with 693 yards. Who also leads the team in targets? Jaden Reed with 59. That is the duo right there.
They came out. These rankings came out recently, and I'm only telling you is
you know who the
8 catches the last 4 games.
The sneaky one is, though? Tuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's only
they
wide
don't target
receivers.
him enough.
It's only wide receivers. But yeah,
Max, did you read the article?
54 targets.
I did not.
Okay.
Would you like to submit Max Meyerson in for Alex Strofe?
Because I was with Kyle. I thought Tucker Kraft would be like the sneaky pick, but if it's just wide receivers.
Just wide receivers.
I mean, I'm just going to be different than you guys. I'm just going to say Christian Watson because, yeah.
Where at?
They've been on fire lately.
So it's 20. I'll do like 18.
18.
Oh, you guys don't like the Packers receiving.
No, it's about a duo.
There's definitely
a lot better duos.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So to review, Ben Brust thinks it's Jordan Love and Romeo Doubs at 19. Kyle Wallace thinks it's Love and Jaden Reed at 12. And Max Meyerson thinks it's Love and Christian Watson at 18. It is, in fact, 15th. 15th. Does that change any one of your answers?
No, that's Jaden Reed.
Romeo Doubs.
Nailed it!
Isn't that a surprise? So when I saw that, this is why I wanted you guys to go into this blind, because he has Jordan Love and Romeo Doubs, Ben Brust is correct, as the 15th best connection in the NFL. And meanwhile, on the list, compared to the rest of the 19 other ones.
Who's behind them?
Kirk Cousins and Darnell Mooney, Bo Nix, Cortland Sutton, Josh Allen.
Bo Nix, Cortland Sutton should be way higher.
Yeah. Josh Allen and Khalil
Shakir, he should be way higher. He doesn't drop a pass.
Tua and Jalen Waddle, Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith. That's the last one is 20. And right above them is Geno Smith and Jackson Smith and Jigba.
It's fair.
So they have the least amount of yards and touchdowns on the list, and second last in receptions, only to George Pickens and Russell Wilson, who are top 10, but they've only had a short amount of time together.
Well, Romeo Doubs has also been hurt. I mean, he got kicked out one game. Well, not kicked out. He got suspended for a game, and then he's missed the last 2 games with the concussion, was out early. So I get it, but I don't, man. Jaden Reed is the number 1 receiving option on this team. It's not even close. So I don't understand how they say Romeo.
It's the
Doubs
consistency that Romeo and Jordan bring together. Not that they should be in the top 20, but again, that's why I went with it, because he's missed games. Jaden Reed, the last 4 games, has been invisible.
Yeah. Here are my takeaways, guys, when I look at this list. First of all, I was ready to see Jordan Love and Jaden Reed, and I see Romeo Doubs. It's another question of this offensive pass game still doesn't have a concrete identity. We can't all agree on who the number 1 pass catcher is. That reflects that there is an identity in the passing game still to be found. And my other biggest takeaway is I want a number 1 wide receiver. I'm sick of this no number 1 wide receiver. I want a bona fide number 1 wide receiver. Because when I look at this
Not
list,
a bona fide scrub.
all these teams are amongst the top teams of guys that are top quarterbacks and top wide receivers. They have bona fide targets, connections to where you can't even guard it. I want a number 1 wide receiver. I miss those days.
Do my best Brian Windhorse here with my fingers in the air. Wasn't it all of us and everybody, in the offseason talking about how, oh my gosh, this wide receiver room by committee, it's going to work itself out, this, that, the other thing. I couldn't agree more about the identity portion, right? Like, I think this still could have worked, but the consistency even of the players isn't there, right? Like it's Jaden Reed shouldn't go from popping as big as he did at the start of the season to having 4 catches in his last 8 games. Mm-hmm. That's too big of a drop off. Like it needs to be like, all right, how can they have like a game where it's Jaden Reed with 4 catches and Christian Watson with 5 and Dontavian Wicks with 3? Like it just seems like it's too much of an inverse. It's like this guy's being heavily right now. It's Christian Watson. Christian Watson's the guy where everyone's like, oh, he's the guy that's getting the yards right now. And it rotates too much, but that's not like helping them win big games or make us feel great about the pass game.
Yeah, when you have all these receivers, the line is, well, there's balance. Like, we can balance everybody out. But in the reality is, any given game, there isn't balance. Any given stretch of games, there's no balance. Some guy pops, another guy recedes. There's no area to where you feel like then in a gotta-have-it situation, like you don't know who to go to. You don't know where the right option is. You don't know who the stud is. So when I think about looking at these wide receiver ones, looking at these quarterbacks, these connections, I just think that they lack an identity, and the balance that we all thought would come from it, it feels like they are indeed imbalanced.
Well, there is one tandem that has to be, they have to be number one. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase have to be one.
Number one.
Oh, they sure do.
And they play tonight.
They do play tonight, and it is a special game tonight on Monday Night Football. Not only can you watch the regular broadcast, but you can also root on the Bengals, who will be led by Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Bart Simpson. Yeah, Bart Simpson, because they have a special Simpsons fun day football with true family affair, which streams tonight on Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. So yes, check this out. For all those who love Bart Simpson, for all those who love Homer Simpson, ay caramba, this is your chance to watch one of the classic TV shows of many generations, The Simpsons combined with the NFL. So when you're watching tonight, you can watch Bart catch touchdown passes. You can watch Marge Simpson on there. You can watch Apu do something cool as well. But The Simpsons broadcast with Monday Night Football as the Bengals take on the Cowboys is going to be so fun to watch, and it's so unique. They chip the players, so basically every movement that the players have on the field, you'll see that with Simpsons characters tonight. So make sure you tune into the Simpsons broadcast. You'll see Lisa, you'll see Krusty, you'll see Mo, and you'll see more when you watch the Simpsons Fun Day Football right here, ESPN Plus, Disney Plus. Michael Parsons might be saying that a lot if you see Joe Burrow catching a lot of touchdown passes today. But I'm telling y'all this right now. It is going to be so fun watching.
Joe Burrow's not going to catch touchdown passes.
I'm sorry. I meant to say Jamar Chase catching touchdown passes tonight. So it's going to be fun, man. I'm really excited to watch it because I'm a big Simpsons fan. So being able to watch the Simpsons in action like they did Toy Story is going to be super fun. ESPN Plus or Disney Plus tonight.
Jason Wilde, next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
And I'm going to quote the great Martin Luther King in this.
Wow.
I'm going to bring up MLK. You know what he said? Oh, wow. He said, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. And you know what matters to me? Booing Craig Counsell and booing the Chicago Cubs.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Off with a bit of an issue downtown Hartford. Highway 60 and 83, that intersection is completely blocked off because of a crash. So north and southbound Highway 83 closed. East and westbound Highway 60 closed right at Highway 83. So that whole area, just be extra careful if you're heading through there. Also, westbound 94, a little bit tight from about 35th Street all the way through to Hawley Road. Eastbound slowing down from Mitchell Boulevard to 35th. And then on southbound 43 heading just right through the Marquette interchange is where we're seeing delays there. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. Visit jamesimaging.com. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Mostly cloudy skies, a low of 30. Then tomorrow, colder and mostly cloudy, a high of 34. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
What happens when you mix a three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I'm not going to get into the Kringle turnover game, so that's what it needs to be. I think his legs. Yeah.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Like the pastry. Are you guys being serious? You guys can't put tunes.
I got it. I did not get it.
They don't call themselves
Racine Danish turnover.
Sorry. Sometimes I wonder about you too, man.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
There's only one store that gives you every possible choice in diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Kevin Moret from Mentality Health. Guys, do you know that the average free testosterone level we see in men is just a third of what it should be? Try doing your day with only a third of the energy, strength, and drive that you need with a third of the hormone that drives it. Drained energy, lack of motivation, you won't recognize yourself. We can fix that. Our doctors work closely with you to restore back 100% free testosterone. Nothing will change until you do. Book your $55 blood test today to find out how you stack up at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Oh, my back.
Santa?
Gina Dello from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
Frighteningly fast Pella team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get as low as $19 per window and $81 per patio door per month.
PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply and 12/31/2024.
Wins, wins, and more wins are waiting to be uncovered at Potawatomi. Get ready to find yours in a winter stash of $300,000 in prizes this December. Play with your rewards card for entries, drawings on 3 thrilling Thursdays. Some seriously big wins are waiting for you. Winter Stash at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
I'm attorney David Gruber. We've helped injured Wisconsinites for more than 30 years. Trust our hometown team to get you back in the game. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. The Wolf of Wall Street was on the other day when I was flipping through channel. Great family film.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
I'm a naturally inquisitive person.
Holding everybody accountable.
If you feel better about that, I'm happy to do so.
Jason Wilde is on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Joining us on Kyle Brust and Nortman is what the big voice guy said. Jason Wilde, you can hear on Wilde and Tausch 9 to noon across these very stations. Full show together. No Alex Strofe, Max Meyerson in for him. Jason, how are you?
Gentlemen, Ben.
I didn't know if you were going to do the Kyle and Brad, but I'll take my name being featured in there.
Well, no, never mind. Forget it.
What did I miss? Help me, guys.
I don't know. When you do that, gentlemen, those are the two gentlemen, and then there's you.
Really like it.
Very, very
that makes
good.
sense. Yeah.
Just actually the opposite of you being featured, but be that as it may, I'm happy to be with you both.
Yeah,
all three of you.
Let my brain sort of, do whatever it tells myself that I'm saying, even though if it's not the truth, I'm going to stick with it. So we were having a discussion based off some rankings that came out on ESPN.com, but I think there's a bigger conversation about who the best duo is for the Packers, whether that's Jordan Love or Romeo Doubs, like the list had, or Jayden Reed or Christian Watson. How do you feel about the future of the Green Bay Packers wide receiving core? Because, I don't know, Jayden Reed having 8 catches in 4 games, like he started off really hot. Now Christian Watson seems to be the featured guy. And how do you figure out who to pay?
Yeah, I don't know. And I wasn't thinking about who's getting paid. I was thinking about, as I asked Matt LaFleur in one of my shortest questions ever, what's going on with Jayden Reed? I mean, I couldn't leave it at just that, of course, because that would be some sort of world record for me. But, the bottom line is that he's not getting the ball enough. And for a guy that is a difference maker for that offense, and certainly has been that last season when he led them in catches
and yardage. And for him this season, when he at least was, I haven't looked at the stats since the Detroit game, but was leading them in catches and receiving yards. I mean, he needs to get the ball more. And Matt LaFleur agrees. So, the first step in fixing a problem is acknowledging that one exists, and they acknowledge that it exists. In fact, in his answer, Matt LaFleur said that he talked to Jaden Reed today about exactly that. So, and as I said to Jaden when I was talking to him in the back corner of the locker room, I said, look, I know you're not going to, vent to me, and you're not going to not show up for work, but you're not getting the ball very much. What's the deal? And how do you fix that? And, I thought he was very cautious in his answer. He certainly didn't come off as a unhappy camper, but of course he wants the football. So, I think that is part of the quote-unquote drawback to not having clear-cut, pecking orders, is that, you talk about all the good things that come from it. And we were having the conversation early in the year about, this is great, it's better than having a number one receiver. I think if you watched Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison yesterday, you realize that, hey, it's not the worst thing in the world to have two big-time studs who command most of the targets.
Jason, we were talking a little bit about Jordan Love, and I just look at this team and I think, if they're going to make any noise in the playoffs at all, Jordan Love has to move from being like a kind of an 8 to 12 quarterback like he's been most of the year to a top 5 quarterback. That's a big ask, but that's the only way they're going to make noise in the playoffs. And the question is, well, how do you get there then? To me, you have to get him in rhythm and have him just take what the defense gives him and be selective with his shots. But I want to know from you, because you spend the most time with him, and obviously you watch everything he does. Jordan Love plays at his best when blank.
Ooh, a lot to unpack there, and a very good question, Brad. But let me start with, I think he is playing as a top 5 now, or in the fringe of the top 5.
Last couple games, you're saying?
Yeah, if you look at the last 4 games, I think his passer rating's 118. He's 6 touchdowns, 1 pick. Hasn't thrown a pick in 3 games now. I look at that throw that he makes to Watson. I was talking to Watson today about it, and he's just like, yeah, that was ridiculous. And it got tipped too. Like it did get, that defender got just a sliver of a finger on it, and Watson actually deserves credit for making the catch too, because it changed the trajectory a little bit. But I think he is kind of playing like a top 5-ish quarterback right now. The problem, if you want to call it that, is that he's not getting a lot of opportunity, right? I mean, he threw 20 passes against Detroit. And so, but I would also say that factors into the fill in the blank. And that is, he's at his best when he doesn't have to go win the game all by himself and doesn't have to play hero ball. And when Josh Jacobs is being productive. And Matt LaFleur, one of the things I like about Matt is that when he gets talking ball, he can't help but keep talking it. And so, like, I asked him a question today, and he gave a pretty long and involved answer just about, what they're doing well offensively and what he didn't like. And he was talking about that Love throw. But, his bottom line is you only throw 20 passes, you only complete 12. That touches on the Jaden Reed angle, too, of that it's hard to get a lot of guys the ball if you only complete 12 passes in a game. But I think Jordan Love is at his best when Josh Jacobs is shouldering a good portion of the burden and he's not having to take tons of risks. And I think if you look in the sample size, despite the limited opportunities over the last 4 games, I think that's the kind of play that is good enough, if all the other pieces are firing, for them to be a really good football team.
Jason Mobley joining us here on Kyle, Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin.
Jason, I had multiple weeks to watch other football teams outside the Green Bay Packers due to Packers playing on Thursday night. And I've been able to kind of see what the NFL has to offer. And after yesterday's slate of games, do you still think the Packers are a legit threat in the NFC?
I do, but I think that, now look, if you look at Minnesota's schedule and the Packers' schedule, it's virtually identical, right?
Eerily similar.
I mean, let's see. The Packers played the Dolphins instead of the Jets, and they played the Eagles instead of the Giants, right? So other than that, it's almost the exact same schedule. And they're 2 back of the Vikings with 4 to play, and they're 3 back of the Lions with 4 to play. I would say that, in my opinion, because I don't think the Vikings have gotten what they deserve in terms of respect or belief. And I'm not saying they're going to go win the Super Bowl. I'm definitely not saying that. But they are better and more of a threat than they get credit for. And I'm super interested to see what the Packers do on December 29th, because I get the sense, including my extremely talented, smart, handsome Packers Hall of Fame colleague, take the Vikings lightly. And I'm not saying that I'm rooting for the Vikings to beat the Packers by any means, but I do think that maybe my guy and many Packers fans are kind of like, nah, I'm not impressed by these guys.
Even after
maybe
yesterday?
They're right. Yeah, I think so, Kyle. We got a lot in the YouTube comments this morning and a couple of tweets of Atlanta's not very good. Well, okay.
5 touchdown passes, and those 2 guys look nasty.
They look great, right? And especially when you put it in the context of if Jair Alexander's not out there, and who knows? I mean, we know that they can't count on him. Maybe he's back. Maybe he's back this week. Maybe he's back for the Saints. Maybe he's back to face off against Justin Jefferson. Whatever the case may be, if he's not out there, I don't feel great about their ability to stop anybody's wide receiver group, right? They don't generate a lot of pass rush. And Eric Stokes, as Tim Patrick can tell you, and I'm not deriding Tim Patrick, he's been a decent player in this league, but he is clearly Detroit's number 3 receiver, and he ate their lunch on Thursday, right? So I do think that they're a legitimate threat, but I personally believe that the Packers have a lot to prove in the last 4 games. And for me to put them into the next echelon, they have to beat the Vikings. Quite frankly, they need to beat Seattle, in my mind. I was talking to Elton Jenkins, and he said, look, we're aiming to sweep the last 4 games. If you do, and you're sitting there then at 13-4, and you're still a wild card, then I will have a different opinion than I have right now, which is I don't really have many signature wins on your schedule that I look at and go, oh, this proved to me how good they are. And so I want to see more before I think Detroit and Philly are a notch above in the NFC. Then the Vikings are a tiny bit below them. And then I think down on the next level are the Packers. And the rest of these teams are leading their divisions. The Commanders, who are the 3rd wild card right now, they're all, in my opinion, below the Packers. So I think it's a big 4 with 2, then 1, then 1, and I think the Packers are the 4th in that group with an opportunity to prove it differently.
Let them know, Jason. Let them know. They were talking crazy earlier.
But wait a minute. That's not literally super proud of. They're the 4th team in the NFC.
That's a good team. You guys were saying the Commanders and the Seahawks and the Rams are all in the same level as the Green Bay Packers. I said, no, they're below the Packers.
Mixed bag.
See?
Well, I will say this, and I don't know what you guys were talking about. I was in the locker room, and then I was picking up the girls from school. But the Rams are a really interesting, after seeing yesterday, and obviously 44-42 is an extremely entertaining game. But they're obviously, right, they're a completely different team than the one the Packers played, right? I mean, they have Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp healthy. I mean, the old saying, Brad knows this, it's not who you play, it's when you play them. I think the Packers are probably pretty happy that they're not playing at L.A. Last weekend instead of when they played them when they didn't have either one of those two.
For sure, and that defense leads the league in pressures, and then I guess, you take the break when you get it, and Derek Carr looks like he might, be out for that Monday Night Football game, and you take your breaks when you get them, but ultimately you still need to beat some quality teams before we can, Kyle, start putting them higher up to make you feel happier. Now, Jason, before we let you go, Brad's a very risk-adverse person. I think
Correct.
You know that about him.
Yeah, it's one of the things we share.
Ooh, so
also
this will be interesting.
Very devastatingly handsome, very fit.
Oh, Jason, keep going.
37 miles to go on his gas gauge. 28 miles to his gas station that he can only go to. He goes to the same pump, and if somebody's at that pump, he's got a backup pump. His brain works in wonders. Should he risk it, or should he stop to make sure he gets there in the cold and with pending traffic?
Yeah, how does anyone who's risk averse? This is a debate I have had with my lovely wife, who I love very much, but is not afraid to risk it in terms of gas either. What's the upside?
You got to hitchhike in a crossover SUV like I did on Thanksgiving.
Right, I've heard about that, and I still can't believe those people picked you up. That's incredible to me. No, don't risk it. Brad, come on. Overcome your OCD or whatever this is.
Jason's on your left shoulder. I'm on your right. Go for it.
I know.
No.
Go for it.
It's compelling because, Jason, literally, I can only remember one other time where I let the gas go down to like single digits. Like, you have this many miles till empty. I was in Florida. It was like 5 years ago, and I only did it. We were on the freeway. There was plenty of gas stations. I let Lexi sleep. I was like, I'll just push it as far as I can. But so this occurrence, I always fill up with like a fourth. It's so rare. It's like I almost need to take advantage, don't you think? Push it, let that adrenaline pump. Even as I say it, my anxiety's spiking.
I've never heard of you being an adrenaline junkie. I would just ask you this: what would Lexi say you should do, and how will Lexi feel when she?
And that's it for Jason Wilde on Kyle Brust and Nortman, as he says everything we don't want him to tell Brad because we want him to risk it.
And that's all I need to hear to say, you know what, Jason's got makes a lot of sense right now. I'm not sure I want to make that phone call to Lexi. We'll see how I feel at 5:01, but it wouldn't be received well. She'd say, you did this. Why?
Brad's about to risk it. I can tell in his face.
I know.
He wants that exhilaration.
His definition of finding adrenaline versus mine is way different. Jason, we appreciate the time, and thank you for the input on the Brad Nortman risk it or don't risk it.
Happy to help it. I know you both drive the sexiest car on the lots. All right, guys, take care. Be good.
That's right. That's Jason Wilde. Listen to Jason Wilde and Tausch, 9 to noon across these various stations. And Kyle, you tell us how you're going to win money tonight.
Oh, I'm telling y'all, you know I love playing the Underdog Fantasy Sports app, and I want you to get in on the action with me and 5 million other happy players who have won over $2 billion. Yes, that's billion with a B. Playing the Underdog Fantasy Sports app because it's so fun and it's so easy to cash in on all your favorite athletes' performances, and you can make a play with only $1 or you can go big. So this is what I want you to do right now. Download the Underdog Fantasy Sports app in your app store, and what I want you to do is play their pick'em game. You can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. So whether it's passing yards today, higher or lower, touchdowns, higher or lower, whether you want to go basketball, three-pointers, higher or lower, you can do that, and if your picks hit, you can win up to 3,000 times your money. If you think you know sports, if you think you know stats, if you think you know players, I'm telling you, it is so fun playing the Underdog Fantasy Sports app, watching the games, and also winning big time money. So right now, I want you to go download the Underdog Fantasy Sports app and make sure you sign up using promo code KBN. That's promo code KBN, and Underdog will give you up to $1,000. Yes, up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly when you use promo code KBN on the Underdog Fantasy Sports app today. I'm telling y'all, get in the game with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. Must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Consider your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Kyle Wallace is going to get somebody fired next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Pull my baby out the goal. Y'all, get him out. Ain't no way in the world my baby going to get hit that many times with a puck.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, we're starting off with a bit of an issue downtown Hartford. Highway 60 and 83, that intersection is completely blocked off because of a crash. So north and southbound Highway 83 closed. East and westbound Highway 60 closed right at Highway 83. So that whole area, just be extra careful if you're heading through there. Also, westbound 94, a little bit tight from about 35th Street all the way through to Hawley Road. Eastbound slowing down from Mitchell Boulevard to 35th. And then on southbound 43 heading just right through the Marquette interchange is where we're seeing delays there. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. Visit jamesimaging.com. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Mostly cloudy skies, a low of 30. Then tomorrow, colder and mostly cloudy, a high of 34. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Betty Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hi, Monica.
This is our WOW engagement ring for Christmas.
Wow.
Wow.
It features a 1-carat created diamond center stone.
Completely surrounded by a halo of little created diamonds that makes it look huge.
And each of those 3 bands is covered in diamonds.
I've never seen anything like it.
2 carats total weight.
There's no way this is less than $5,000.
No, we're selling these for half that much.
$24.98? I need to lie down and put a cool rag on my forehead.
And you can choose a 1-carat round, oval, or radiant diamond as your center stone.
Kessler's is the coolest store in the world.
But there's more. Look at this.
It's a matching pendant. Take that rag off your head and get up, Rick. You have to see this.
How big is that?
It's a 1.5-carat created diamond, surrounded by the same halo of little created diamonds. 2 1/3 carats total weight.
This tag says it's just $1,998.
See it for yourself at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Kyle Walls for Universal Windows Direct. It is the holiday season, which is a time for family, friends, and staying cozy inside. But if your home is drafty, it's hard to stay comfortable. And with all the gift giving happening this time of year, why don't you give yourself the gift of lower energy bills with new windows from Universal Windows Direct? For every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free plus 0% financing for 60 months. Restrictions apply. Go to UWD.com and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Bango made his list and checked it twice. Turns out Bucks fans are really nice. Slay the holidays with a limited time ticket offer that will land you at the top of Bango's nice list. Score gifts for the Bucks fans in your life and treat yourself too. Holiday packages feature ticket codes to redeem now or use later, exclusive Bucks holiday items, and an e-gift card that can be used to eat, drink, and be merry at Fiserv Forum. Explore options at bucks.com/deal season.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde, and I have the perfect gift idea for you. A custom holiday gift box filled with all your Kringle favorites from Racine Danish Kringles. There's no wrapping needed, and this season you can try their newest holiday pastry, Eggnog Kringle, created to bring festive cheer to your celebration. Filled with rich, creamy eggnog and topped with sweet icing and a sprinkle of cinnamon, it's perfect for sharing with loved ones. Go to Kringle.com to order or call 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles, it's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
It's the year-end rate reduction sales event at Ewald Automotive Group. Get rates as low as 4.9% on our best used cars and make no payments for 90 days. 4.9% and no payments till March 2025 on over 600 vehicles at 10 Ewald Automotive Group locations. Don't wait. Get a better rate during the year-end rate reduction sales event. Get to your nearest Ewald location today.
Go to EwaldAuto.com.
With approved credit, interest accrues from date of purchase. Expires month end.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I ain't joking, do it sound like I'm kidding. I've been making like 2,000 a minute. So high up through the clouds, I was swimming. I'm probably gonna drown when
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. Max Myerson's the last time they're producing the show with the music selection.
I'll send him some upbeat music.
What is he talking about?
I don't know. He doesn't.
This is an absolute banger by Polo G.
This is a banger by Polo G. Yeah,
Polo G.
Polo G. Yeah, he had a chance, and then I saw him in concert.
So I don't care. My point is as a producer, you should be trying to choose music that everyone, when they hear,
don't do that.
Can relate to.
They don't do that because I tell them all the time. I don't know who half the music they play. I'm like, who is this? Oh, you don't know this? You don't know that? No. Welcome to my world now. I don't know half the music he plays.
That Strove plays?
Yeah, no, I don't like it. But you know why he's playing this music? Is because I just went in there and I talked to them. They're Cleveland Brown fans. And let me tell you, that is a depressing fan base. I went in there and they were just so oh, yeah, we're not
So
good.
to take it behind the curtains here, Max Meyerson and Madison Hayes, 24 on Instagram, are both Cleveland Browns fans. And, it's a sad scene behind the glass here at the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio.
Thank goodness I'm a Packers fan.
Who do we got in Madison right now? Can you cue him up?
Yeah, they're up.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, Madison.
Hello.
Riley Alk, the Alkmeister.
Yeah.
So
you see Riley at Alex Strove's party?
He wasn't there. I don't want to call out my boy
Wooly?
No, Jesse, not Wooly. I already called him out.
Was Jesse there?
No, so Jesse was supposed to work on Sunday.
Oh, you finally got a Jesse Nelson job?
And so I text him to make sure things were okay in Madison, and I got a text, hey, Riley's in. I said, oh, Jesse took the day off. Riley, when'd you get called to work on Sunday?
That's a good question. It was sometime near the weekend. It was either Friday or Saturday.
Riley.
Oh, wow.
This is how.
Dang.
Can you work Sunday morning?
Yep.
Man.
Riley, just
how it rolls.
Just a bit of advice when it comes to Jesse Nelson. Just say he texted me Sunday morning saying he had an emergency and to go walk his dog at the dog park or something. Like you can make it sound worse than what it is, even though that's pretty bad.
Just stretch the truth. Well, that's the thing. The truth is already, I feel like, incriminating enough. So I didn't feel the need to stretch it.
Always make him look stupid. That's my goal in life.
He responded ASAP, so I was able to get Riley's number and everything.
So if he's out, he still responds quickly.
He was very responsive.
Well, yeah, he's very, very, very responsive to put responsibilities and duties onto other. Here's his phone number. He's got it from here. Doesn't know anything else. Just talk to him. Figure it out, Kyle.
It worked out very well.
Max Meyerson, I always love to get a little perspective from you. You've heard our conversation throughout the show about the Green Bay Packers. They are 9-4. The Lions are 12-1. The Vikings are 11-2. Kyle is talking about the Packers as if he is already prognosticating them facing the Lions in the playoffs. What have you taken from all three of us today? To summarize to someone who has not listened to the whole show, what have you heard, agreed with, disagreed with?
So, I mean, Kyle's obviously always been the optimistic one of the group, and the reality is you're right. They've lost to all the teams that are ahead of them in the rankings. They lost the Vikings, lost the Eagles, lost the Lions twice. So I don't know why you would be optimistic about them being close games or whatever. They lost at home to the Vikings and at home to the Lions. They're going to be on the road if they face any of those teams in the playoffs. What makes you so optimistic about the fact that, okay, now they're going to get over the hump? Even, they could be
blind Packer backer face.
Yeah.
Max, I
Being
like
an owner.
No, Max, I feel like around this time last year, you also filled in before, and when I was talking at Packers Talk, you also said, this team, they haven't done this, they haven't done that. Jordan Love, I remember you being a little hater on Jordan Love, and then you look real stupid.
True.
You look real stupid, so I'm just going to tell you this. Either you can be on the right side of history,
or you look stupid again.
Or look stupid again. So I'm just telling you this right now. Based off my expert eyes of being a Green Bay Packers fan and knowing NFC North ball, what I see is I see a football team, the Detroit Lions, that is a very good football team, but they can.
Why do you keep calling them very good? They're 12-1.
They're phenomenal.
This is the problem. Here's the problem. You're a Packers fan, so you view the Lions. You'll never be able to view them as what
phenomenal.
they are.
They're phenomenal.
No, they're a juggernaut.
Yeah, a juggernaut should win by more than 3 against a Packers team that can't beat anybody that's good.
Half their defense is out. Like
they look good without their
Chiefs do, though. The Chiefs, they play a bunch of close games, but they're the better team. This is the NFL.
Don't you
Every game is close. Every game is a one-score game, but the best team finds a way to win. And the Packers, in close games against good teams, have found a way to lose.
In the divisional round, it won't be that
and
case.
Somebody would know a lot about that,
and
like you.
I know about losing close games all the time.
You don't know about playoffs. Stop it.
So what's interesting, you're a truly non-biased. He's a Browns fan, so not even anyone in the NFC.
He's downtrodden and beaten. He's trying to spread his sadness over to me.
I'm curious.
Downtrodden and beaten.
Which coach would you rather have lead the Browns? Matt LaFleur or Dan Campbell?
I'm going to say this. It's no disrespect to Dan Campbell, but I would rather have Matt LaFleur because I want to see what the Lions are when Ben Johnson, their offensive coordinator, leaves, because I feel like that's a massive reason for their success. When you have Matt LaFleur, you don't have to worry about your offensive coordinator leaving because he is your offensive coordinator.
Hey, powerful for Max Meyerson. By the way, I want to say Max Meyerson's got a little Alex Strofe in him. Every time Max Meyerson pops that mic, he throws himself on YouTube. He's like, look at me, world. Look at me.
He got that 4-shot ready, boy. Listen, he got it ready.
Made for the camera, all right?
Okay. So. I like your confidence. So. You need that confidence when you go to Potawatomi Casino Hotel and their brand new sports book. It's a 2,000 square foot video wall with a seating for over 200, a great restaurant dubbed The Kitchen, and now you can use your rewards card to place bets at certain kiosks. So you can go to bingo, you can go to slot machines, you can go to table games, and make sure you stop by no matter what at the sports book. I have been getting I'm a creature of habit, like Brad. I've been getting that chicken Caesar wrap every time on Wednesday after the weekly wager because I know I'm going to have fresh grilled chicken, nice fresh tortilla with the freshest lettuce and great Caesar dressing with the sweet potato fries cooked to a crisp. Not too crispy. You know what I mean? I like them crispy. So check out Potawatomi Casino Hotel. And if you have faith, the Packers can do what Kyle's saying they're going to do. You might as well put some dough on it because their odds to win the Super Bowl are kind of nice right now.
Didn't we already put dough on it or no?
I did. No, you guys were on the division with me.
Oh.
I put my own $90 for the Packers to win the Super Bowl, which I'm willing to sell to you.
Oh, interesting.
For how much?
You want to buy out my? I'll go get the ticket. Will Kyle buy out?
How much? How much?
I'll find the ticket, and we are going to find out next if Kyle will buy my Green Bay Packers future at Pato to win the Super Bowl. Next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
800-990-3776. Say that again. What a radio pro.
He's so...
Say that again. Nobody said a word. Ben Brust, say that. Can we make a rule for Kyle Brust and Nortman?
You're a good producer.
No Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike and no Greg Scalzo, my former co-host.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Romeo. This 3-syllable, you have to take the O out of the equation. That's too easy.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Iota, right? Not one iota. Iota.
Yeah. That's only 4 letters.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
Let's pretend you're a first-time listener to Wilde and Tausch. What the hell is this? They're discussing syllables.
On 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Be greeted by an owner at America's largest employee-owned jewelry store.
Welcome to Kessler's.
College hockey returns to Fiserv Forum with the 4th annual Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off, December 28th and 29th.
The Wisconsin Badgers return to defend their title, facing the Ferris State Bulldogs in semifinal action on day 1. The Yukon Huskies and Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks will battle for the other spot in the championship game.
Don't miss the college hockey action coming to Milwaukee and see who wins the championship on day 2. Secure your seats today at Ticketmaster.com.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen.
And I understand that all Mets fans today are probably excited. I've been a Mets fan my whole life, but I hope this was done for the right reasons. And what I mean by that is I hope it was done to build a baseball team and not to outbid the Yankees and not to outbid the market and not to do what CeCe just said, which is to let everybody know we're the Yankees now. We're the Dodgers now. That's cool and all if it works. As a Mets fan, you always go to glass half empty. You always go to the place of, well, spring training's going to come around. God forbid he gets hurt. He's out for 3 years. That's the way we operate as Mets fans, right? That's the way it is. I just hope they did this for the right reasons in building a baseball team with this phenomenal player who took the highest bid, obviously. The Yankees bid. It's not like the Yankees weren't in this, right? I mean, the Yankees, according to Buster Olney, offered 16 years, $760 million. Think about saying no to that in life. 16 years, $760 million. Nah, I'm good.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and football season is here. Are you ready to make some money? Have you bet on sports before? That probably did not go great. I can help you make money. Go to fatjacksports.com and get dialed in to turn a profit. The picks are emailed to you. They're on your personal portal on the website, and you can pay less than $50 a week for longer packages to make money betting this football season. Fatjacksports.com, the only place you need to go. 100% transparent, and will turn you profit this season at fatjacksports.com.
Spending more time at home? Don't forget that 94.5 ESPN's on your smart speaker. Just ask Alexa to open 94.5 ESPN. 94.5 ESPN on Alexa is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
This is Kyle, Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Am I just...
Per Potawatomi Casino Sportsbook, the Packers are currently sitting at plus 1,800. I bought a little too high. Like, help me here, Brad. I got them at plus 1,500. What would be the right way to say?
Yeah, you got them when they're priced a little bit higher.
Yeah.
A little overvalued.
$60 to win $960. Kyle Wallace, what would you pay me to be the owner of this ticket?
20.
20?
Yeah, 20.
$20.
Yeah, $20.
You want to pay me half?
I think I was spoken English. Vente? You want to say vente? What do you want me to do? I said $20. Well,
Ben Brust, Kyle Walsh, Brad Nortman here. 800-990-3776. I have the Green Bay Packers plus 1,500 to win, as they have the NFL championship winner on the ticket. I don't know if that's a trademark
what's
thing.
the payoff currently if they win the Super Bowl?
At the current odds?
Or no, with the ticket.
The ticket's 60 to win, 960.
And that same 60, because I think if I go put 30 down, I could still win like what? 700, something like
60 would win you right now 1,080.
Mm-hmm. And what would 30 win me?
30 would win you 540.
ESPN, I remember them days. But
that was our old station, yes.
Yeah. I said what I said. 20. That's non-negotiable.
Are you trying to just steal a deal, or is that lack of faith?
No, I'm trying. No, I'm not.
It seems like he's got a lack of faith.
No, lack of faith. I can just go if I wanted to. I can just go put 60 down myself and make more. But I'm trying to get Ben his money back because Ben doesn't believe.
40.
That is
40
a
would
piece of paper.
40 would win you
barcode.
40 would win you 760. My 60 has you at 960. So you'd have to put 50. I'm basically saying for half what I paid. $30. I'll give you this.
No, 20. I stand by what I want. I'm not that thirsty to get it. I want 20. 20, I'll take it.
Wow, what a standoff.
Yeah,
$10.
What do I get out of this? If the Packers don't win the Super Bowl, it's just a piece of paper.
$30 off of a chance to win $960.
But if they don't win, it is what it is.
All right, so you don't have faith.
No, I have faith.
He's all talk is what I learned today. He's already talking about how when they hypothetically play the Lions, he ain't scared because they're not going to beat them.
There's a good chance
the Packers will get it done for the third time seeing them. And now you won't even take this because if you have this and they get to the Super Bowl, you know what you could do? Hedge and make sure you make money.
Yeah, you don't have to teach me about that when I give you this 20.
Well, I'm not giving it for 20. I'm giving it for 30.
The payoff that Ben is trying to elicit. Right, 30 to win the
960.
That's about the same as the LA Chargers. That's like and they're plus 3,500.
I stand by where I was at. Wow. You want 30?
20 would be like betting on, I don't know, the freaking.
Hey, Ben, guess what?
Atlanta Falcons.
Ben, if they don't win, guess what happens? You lose all 60. So what you trying to do? You trying to lose all 60 in your mind, or you only trying to lose 40? I'm helping you out. I didn't run upstairs to go grab the ticket.
I just didn't know you had that lack of faith in the Packers.
I think $20 is enough. It's more than what I bet. I'm giving you $20.
Brad, this wouldn't be a smart
equivalent. The equivalent would be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Seattle Seahawks or the Denver Broncos. That is what your 20 would win out of that ticket.
Yeah, I mean,
the Packers are
I'm getting
significantly
hosed
better than all those.
You're not getting hosed because guess what? If the Packers don't win, then what? You're out of 60. I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to put food in baby mouth. Now, I'm trying to help.
You're not trying to help.
I am trying to help.
Half would be fair. Brad, as the finance guy of the show, what do we think?
I think Kyle's trying to look for a deal. We know he's a deal guy, and I appreciate a deal. 30 seems fair, but you can't compel a purchase. Part of business law is that an agreement, a contract, there can be no undue pressure from either party. So it would be a heck of a deal if you bought it for 20, but 30 is more than fair. More than fair.
More than fair. Did you hear how he said more?
Brad, what did you say? You can't force a sale.
You can't apply undue pressure on either party.
Yeah, $20. I'm telling you, matter of fact, let me see what I got in my wallet. I usually don't carry cash, but
I hope you have 30 on the dot.
I can tell you I don't have that much. Well, all I got is $5.
$5.
$5. Nope, not happening.
That's like the Carolina Panthers.
Worse. It's like not even having a team. Just give me the $5. You know you're going to lose it anyway.
All right, that piece of paper could be money in your pocket.
All right, I hold on to the Packers to win the NFL championship, as it's said on the ticket. We're back in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Sure gonna go to the record store.
Well, we're starting off
Kyle
with
just said they're not going to win the Super Bowl.
Downtown Hartford, Highway 60 and 83. That intersection is completely blocked off because of a crash. So north and southbound Highway 83 closed. East and westbound Highway 60 closed right at Highway 83. So that whole area, just be extra careful if you're heading through there. Also, westbound 94, a little bit tight from about 35th Street all the way through to Hawley Road. Eastbound slowing down from Mitchell Boulevard to 35th. And then on southbound 43 heading just right through the Marquette interchange is where we're seeing delays there. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. Visit jamesimaging.com. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Mostly cloudy skies, a low of 30. Then tomorrow, colder and mostly cloudy, a high of 34. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The time has come.
Yes, the time has come to do what you need to do.
You've put it off as long as you can, but the time has come to choose a Christmas gift for the woman you love.
It needs to be something that will fit perfectly.
Something she will wear constantly.
Something she will love.
Something you can buy today and take home today.
Because you ran out of time. Christmas is upon us.
It's time for you to buy a fabulous pair of diamond stud earrings.
A fabulous pair.
Kessler's has natural diamonds created in the heart of the earth.
And newborn diamonds created in the heart of a star.
And when you buy from Kessler's, you can always trade your Kessler's natural diamond studs in for a larger pair.
We have diamond studs for a few $100s.
And diamond studs for several $1,000s.
2-carat total weight natural diamond studs are just $5,998.
She's going to be extremely happy when she sees what you bought for her.
And that's a good thing.
A very, very good thing.
Find the Kessler's nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle, Brust and Nortman every day from 2 to 5. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys. We them boys.
It's the 4-1 Bowl Hour at 4. We are on KBN.
You just threw up a W.
I know.
Wow.
It's so hard.
You just threw up a W on the stream. You're such a fraud.
That's the worst you could. That's worse than Stroph's half shirt. You said we are
and threw up a W.
The problem is I'm so used to throwing up the W that when I said we are and I wanted to do something with my hands, all I know is to throw up the W. And I saw somebody, I would never do it. Put the W down. I would never do that. That's disrespectful. I would not disrespect Marquette or Wisconsin. But I'm sorry. My bad, Marquette folks. We are. I put my hands.
He just threw a W again.
Wow. I
thought
I'd seen it
If
all.
anything describes Kyle Wallace, it was the first 30 seconds of the 414 hour at 4. Fair weather fan.
Hey, not fair weather. I'm passionate.
No.
How would you describe your fandom of Marquette and Wisconsin basketball?
Hit the football music. I'm not even going to let him have time to think about this. Kyle Wallace's power rankings of Wisconsin fandom.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that's right. So I'll do this. You want me to start with number 5?
No, I mean, there should be more than that.
Because we got
okay. So let's put the qualifiers. Let's slow down. We'll put the qualifiers. We got the Green Bay Packers. And don't rank them yet. The Brewers.
Yep.
The Bucks.
Yep.
Badger football.
Yep.
Badger basketball.
Oh.
Marquette basketball.
Uh-huh.
Do you root for anybody else in state?
I mean, I root for the volleyball team, the women's volleyball
All right,
team.
women's
They're
volleyball.
Winners. I root for women's hockey because they're
Whitewater
winners.
football.
Because they're winners.
Yeah, women.
Whitewater football. You are an alum.
I root for the men's hockey team. They just pulled off the upset this past weekend. Of the
all right, now we're getting too far.
But no, I mean, I love them all. I love them all.
We're gonna see how much you love them
women's
all.
volleyball with Marquette. They're going to Sweet 16 too. Wisconsin is a great place for sports. I got to cheer for them all, fellas. Why would I not?
All right.
Because some of them are competitors.
Well, that's why we're now going to do the top 5. Packers, Brewers, Bucks, Badger football, Badger b-ball, Marquette, women's volleyball, Whitewater football, men's hockey.
Top 6, so that you can't avoid the Marquette, Wisconsin basketball situation.
Okay, yeah. I mean, this is easy. I don't run away from my allegiances. I know where I stand. I know what I love.
Number 6.
Number 6, you know what? We are Marquette, baby. Marquette is number 6 on the allegiance because I'm going to tell you this. The days of Coach Wojo really kind of took me away from Marquette because they sucked. They were trash. I love Buzz dancing at West Virginia. That was great. So I am definitely a Marquette fan. When they are good, I am on that bandwagon. I'm cheering to the mountaintop. We are Marquette.
Number 5.
Number 5 is obvious Wisconsin Badgers basketball. It's not like the good old days when Ben Brust was hitting threes and Bo Ryan was coaching that basketball team. But, you know, I'm attached to them. I still love Wisconsin basketball. So that's the clear-cut number 5.
We could tell when you threw up the W to start the show here.
Yeah, that's what we call a Freudian slip.
Number 4 is tough because it's between the Brewers and the Badgers, Wisconsin Badger football, because I love the Milwaukee Brewers. I do. And I get sad when they lose. But Wisconsin Badgers can ruin my entire weekend. So number 4 is probably going to be the Milwaukee Brewers. I've been watching Brewers baseball my entire life. The Richie Sexton days, the John Jaha days, the Marquise Grissom days, the Jeff Jenkins days. Like, I remember the Brewers were trash. They were terrible. They were bad. I watched a lot of bad.
Were they trash? Were they terrible?
Trash. Remember the Bucket Brigade? You guys remember that back in the day? Yeah, exactly. Like Bill and his Bucket Brigade, The Rock and his Bucket Brigade, Darren Sutton. I love that, right? So, but they are number 4. Number 3 is Wisconsin Badgers football because my Saturdays are either ruined or good based off Wisconsin Badger football. Let me tell you, I had a lot of bad Saturdays right alongside you, Ben, and you, Brad. So number 3 is Wisconsin Badger football because of the memories. I remember just watching the 3-headed monster they had when out of nowhere we had Melvin Gordon scoring all those touchdowns against Nebraska. You had Monty Ball. You had James White. You had, what's my big boy John Clay. Didn't lift no weights like that. You had P.J. Hill, skinny leg P.J. Hill, running up and down the football, transfer Brian Calhoun.
Taking his out. Take his legs out. Take them chicken legs out.
Y'all know P.J. Hill had chicken legs. He had chicken legs, didn't he?
I mean, they're
skinny.
Legs were.
They were slender. And John Clay wasn't hitting the weight room like that, was he?
No, he just somehow found that weight. Somehow found some of that bulk.
But he was a beast, man. So I love Wisconsin Badger football. So they are number 3. Number 2, obviously, is the Milwaukee Bucks.
Even with your season ticket debacle?
Well, you know, we're getting that figured out. We're getting that situation. I can't hold that against the Bucks. I've been through the thick and thin with the Milwaukee Bucks all the way back from when we drafted Andrew Bogut number 1, when I thought T.J. Ford was going to be a stud, when I thought Brandon Jennings was going to be a great player. I mean, I really, I fell for it, man. They had me thinking Joe Alexander and Yi Jian Liang. I thought Yi was the next Yao Ming. I thought he was the next Yao Ming. You couldn't have told me that. So I've been.
We got Yao.
Yeah, man.
Did you buy a Yi jersey?
I completely forgot about Yi.
Yeah, man. Remember Joe Alexander? How bad he was. Oh. I was actually upset about that. Marcus Hayslip out of Tennessee.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man. We could go.
Past.
Joel Presbilla. Yeah, man, I got sold. I got sold.
He was serviceable.
Yeah, okay, yeah. See, you got soul dreams too. Serviceable only for us. So I love my Milwaukee Bucks and being 41-41 year after year after year. So
and number one, whitewater football.
Yeah, You know what it is. Number one is the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers are number one in the state of Wisconsin. If you were born after 1985, all you know is greatness from the Green Bay Packers. Because once 92, 93 came around, it was a wrap. We were great, and we haven't looked back since.
What a journey.
It is a journey.
What a
I took
journey
you down
that
memory
list
lane.
was.
Yeah, we can talk about players from the Packers too, man. But I love it.
Who has brought you the most heartbreak?
The Packers. The Packers have brought me the most heartbreak.
Even though they have the most championships?
Yeah, because when you have expectations, you didn't have expectations for the Brewers. That's why it's so easy to be a Brewers fan, right? Because it hurts. But we get over it because this is our reality. But when you have Brett Favre, you have Aaron Rodgers, and now you have Jordan Love, the expectation is to have multiple Super Bowls. So when you only have 2 Super Bowls in the time where you had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks, that stings. It hurts.
So how about this? You have 1 championship to distribute. Who are you giving it to?
Yeah, that 1 championship got to be to my Milwaukee Brewers. As I was talking to Craig
Interesting choice.
Listen, how many championships have the Brewers won? World Series have they won?
0.
How many have they been to?
1.
The Milwaukee Brewers. 1. And that was we weren't even twinkles in our parents' eyes in that year, man. Our parents were just getting to know each other. Well, my parents were dating.
No, that's when Jonathan Brust was born.
Oh wow! Your parents they had a lot of babies for a long time.
Well, I mean,
4 of y'all over. I mean, that's a long span. You were born 90-something, and John Brust was born.
Jonathan was born in 82. I was born in 91.
There it is. 9 years, 11.
Okay.
Thanks for taking me through that.
Yes,
when did your parents
conceive you?
Not conceive. When did they get married? Or start dating?
They got married in like 84, I believe.
So it was in 82 when we went to the World Series. If my memory serves me right. My parents went to the game. $19 playoff ticket. My mom still has it. So the Brewers.
And you're telling me they weren't thinking about you?
No, my brother was before me, so they were just figuring life out at that point. They weren't married yet. They were just a wild couple.
I would agree that I would be tempted to do UW football or the Brewers.
Number one?
No, to put it as like next, if I could distribute a championship.
Give a championship.
If I could give a championship. Wisconsin football or the Brewers. I'd go with the Wisconsin football. It seems like the biggest long shot of all of them. I'm not going to lie with the new format. But man, the Brewers that would be an unbelievable run for the Brewers to win a World Series.
This city would just
785 million reasons why it'd be an unbelievable run. Anybody?
Yeah, we know that's how much Juan Soto got paid. And that's more. That's more. Are we gonna hit on that, Max, later on?
Yeah, we are.
All right. Well, I'll just shut up then.
I don't know what Max has for becoming relevant. That is Alex Stroh's segment that Max Meyerson is filling in today.
Ben, what about you? Do you? I mean, as somebody who moved here and took on fandom as a
what about Ben's power rankings or championship distribution?
So championship is where I'm stuck. The Packers have 2 of the last 30, so like they're fine and they're going to be competitive.
Don't tell me they were fine. We're not fine.
The Bucks just got one. I'm stuck between, and part of me selfishly is like, why would I give it to the Badger basketball team? That would take all the glory away from our teams.
You'd no longer be the top team.
Longer be the top teams. Is that selfish?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's a lot of selfish.
But I kind of get it.
What's more selfish is not getting the job done.
Oh wow!
I think it's between the Brewers and Wisconsin Badger football, and I think it's Wisconsin Badger football. It is.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is. Just because of how much I felt like pre-NIL transfer portal, 3 straight years and Rose Bowls aren't national championship teams. I get it. But like there was an ascension, then there was a hiccup, and then there was ascension again. I remember vividly where I was in 2017 when the Badgers were down with the football, and if Alex Hornibrook, of all people, could drive down the field and score a touchdown, they would have been 13-0. 13-0. Think about that. A Wisconsin Badger football team 6 years ago being 13-0. Saying that out loud is improbable now.
Yeah, it seems it's the one I want the most. It seems the most unlikely. Not only because it seems like the program has descended so far, but timely speaking with the new playoff rankings, man, you're gonna have to win 4 games against great teams. I just don't see how the Badgers can
800-990-3776. If you could give one championship to any of your Wisconsin sports teams, who would you give it to? Kyle says the Brewers. I say the Badgers. Brad, you finalize with the Brewers?
I'm going to finalize with the Badger football team.
Oh, you talked them into it.
I did.
I guess I just feel more hopeless with them right now.
That's why you give it to them.
Yeah. I mean, because the Brewers, I'm telling y'all.
The Brewers have given us reasons to be hopeful, though.
But we need,
6 of the last 7 years, they need something, right? They need the D-backs type year to get to the World Series.
We deserve this. We had a baseball team taken from us, the Milwaukee Braves. And then we haven't done much. I mean, we've won some games, but remember, the Brewers sucked. I mean, they were bad. They were so bad, they switched leagues for them.
Scott chimes in his shock that you left your Whitewater Warhawks off the list. You must have been in the band, he says.
No, I was on the bench, not the band. Might as well be the same.
So is it Salt?
No, not at all. I love UW.
I love UW.
I do. Shout out to Jace Reynolds, the head football coach right now. I play with Jace Reynolds.
UW.
No,
oh my God.
I do. It is UW. You want to know?
Is that a common phrase?
Yeah, the UW. Yeah, that's what we say.
I've never heard that.
And we do the Warhawk strut. Oh yeah, you never heard of it because you're too busy in Madison.
What's the Warhawk strut?
It is basically a song to like the Flintstones.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, yeah. It's
that gets the people going.
In Little Whitewater, it does.
Oh wow,
it sure does. Don't you take a knock at the only team in the state to win real championships in football.
Don't even start.
Matter of fact, the volleyball team. I love Wisconsin women's volleyball. Hopefully, they can get through. But
how do you love everyone?
Whitewater Division III. We were just the runner-up in Division III in volleyball, women's volleyball. This
Sick
last
runner-up.
weekend. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know a lot of. Well, actually, you don't. You were just in the Final Four. You weren't even a runner-up.
Yeah, but I was West Regional champion.
Yeah. They were some regional champion, too. I will have you know is that the Whitewater football team has won more championships combined than a lot of football programs around this state of Wisconsin, including the Badgers. So.
You know what's better than all that?
What is that?
Giving somebody $500.
Oh, man, I'm so excited. That's this Friday. This Friday, I'm telling y'all, St. Kyle himself, forget St. Nick, call me St. Kyle, because I am giving you a chance for a shopping spree, a $500 shopping spree at the Bucks Pro Shop. What could be better than that for your holiday?
You gotta dress up like
season.
Santa now.
I'm gonna get a hat. I'm gonna put it on. I'm definitely gonna get a hat, put it on, because on Friday, yes, this Friday, December 13th, I will be at the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop at Pfizer Forum starting at noon. Get there early and answer some Bucks trivia questions, and that shopping spree will be all yours. Yes, that $500 shopping spree will be all yours. But make sure you get there on time, because the first fan to answer 3 questions in a row is the winner of a $500 shopping spree at the Bucks Pro Shop, just in time for Christmas. That is December 13th, this Friday, at the Bucks Pro Shop at Pfizer Forum at noon. I'm telling y'all, I'm giving away a $500 gift card
St.
to
Kyle.
the Bucks Pro Shop. St. Kyle, that's me, because I'm giving out money this Friday. I can't wait to see you there, KBN Nation.
Max Meyerson gets his time to shine. I'm sure he'll put himself on camera on YouTube at ESP Milwaukee and ESPN Madison. He's trying to be like Strofe, trying to love himself just as much as Strofe does. Happy birthday, Strofe. Becoming relevant with Max Meyerson next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Hey, Russell, this is Brad. Awesome. I had nothing before them. I had nothing before them.
Hey, Russell, this is Brad.
Hey, Russ, what up, Russ?
Awesome. And I'm going to read this word for word.
Yeah,
That's who I am.
all right, let's give him the floor. I'm going to try and fly.
Yeah, don't interrupt, dang it.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, we've got some slowdowns on southbound 43 just through the Marquette interchange itself. Otherwise, it's looking pretty good, north and southbound. Westbound 94, a bit heavy from 25th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound's got a couple of pockets of heavy traffic, one near 68th Street, the other one coming out of the stadium interchange. 41 is just going to be a bit slow right past Capitol Drive. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy skies, low of 30. And tomorrow, colder, mostly cloudy, a high of 34. Weather is brought to you by the Neal Group. They know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
the best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
That's the idea of a deal. Each side gets wins, right? They have Jordan Love under contract for the next 5 years.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
I think Packers fans would sign up for 12-5 today, and maybe they will be.
Right here on 94.5 ESPN, and also streaming live on the Wisconsin On Demand app and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Engagement rings, wedding bands, and big anniversary diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In-person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is hosting their first ever tournament with $750 in cash prizes available. Hey ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellerson, and Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center invites you to play in a two-man scramble at Whistling Straits, all from their comfortable golf simulators. Grab a friend and sign up today at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com. The tournament costs $120 per pairing and is happening now through December 31st. Your winter chance to play Whistling Straits awaits. wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com.
It's the holiday season, my favorite time of year. Festive decorations, family gatherings, using our gift boxes. Honestly, I'm happier to see a Using Our Gift Box at my door than Santa. The Using Our Gift Box doesn't require cooking, just eating. And who's not up for that during the holidays? Make someone's day by sending them the tastiest gift in town, a box filled with Using Our's delicious sausage, cheese, and assorted goodies. Order yours today. It's easy. Just go to usingar.com and click on gifts.
'Tis the season for celebrating, so why not make your holiday gathering unforgettable? Give your team or clients an experience they'll talk about long after the new year with V Private Bar Services. Forget the same old office party. With custom cocktails tailored to your brand and a top-notch mixologist team, V Private Bar Services brings the magic of a high-end bar to your event. Make this holiday season extraordinary. Visit vprivatebar.com to book your premier party today. That's vprivatebar.com for your next unforgettable event.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Hey, Mr. Irrelevant, it's time to become relevant. Stroph's time to shine on KBN starts now.
All right, Max Meyerson, that's not typically how this works around here. I let us know when we're going to go to becoming relevant, but of course you want to hear yourself and see yourself on YouTube.
He's been waiting 2 hours and 19 minutes for his moment. Has he not?
I'll take it from here, boys.
If there is anybody to blame for this, it is Strofe, because that's something he should let me know. Like, hey, this is how it works.
Okay, now you're starting to sound like Jesse Nelson placing blame.
No, that's facts. You're supposed to give somebody a rundown of the show. What happens? He didn't give him that.
No, I had to ask him this morning to send me a rundown for the show. I was expecting that he would send it to me.
He's from the school of Jesse Nelson, and he actually is from the school of Jesse Nelson.
And Max, just to toot my own horn, when you filled in for Sunday Karma years ago,
yes,
what did I send you?
You sent me the grass run.
Oh, you're so amazing, Kyle.
Organized. I got a bad rep around here, but I work hard.
Yes, I appreciate it. I still, whenever I fill in, I use that exact same rep.
All right, Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. We are Kyle Brust and Nortman with Max Meyerson, who is in for Alex Strofe, and it's time for Becoming Relevant with Max Meyerson.
Well, it's already playing, so.
I'm well aware.
All right. You guys ready?
I'm well aware.
We're ready.
All right. So Juan Soto broke the internet last night after he agreed to a 15-year, $765 million contract. You guys mentioned the stat earlier. David Stearns, who was the president of operations with the Mets, didn't spend that much in his entire time with the Milwaukee Brewers. True or false? It will be impossible for the Milwaukee Brewers win a World Series under the current MLB structure where you can just spend as much money as you want?
Timely from our last conversation. Impossible, no. Certainly stacks the deck against you, but we've seen them be able to get close, knocking on the door. They were in Game 7 of the NLCS not too long ago. We've seen other teams with small payrolls like the Royals and the Diamondbacks go ahead and make a run, actually get the pennant. So, look, it's going to be hard, but you just need your dudes to step up in those moments. They've shown they can win, have sustained success. It's just doing it in the moments that matter. So hard, improbable, yes. Impossible, no.
Yeah, the problem is that the Dodgers are finding success paying for championships. This is very dangerous.
With deferred money.
Yeah, this is their very
that's the problem.
dangerous
Deferred money is the
territory.
No deferred money in this deal, by the way.
But at least they're doing it on the up and up.
If these teams just say, you know what, I want to win, I want to buy me a championship and have all the best players, that's dangerous because you can only do so much, man. If you got a lineup where you got to go through this hitter, that hitter, like talking about the Dodgers, who they have for their lineup, I mean, that's tough. That's
you think?
Tough. Especially with guys that we got, we're throwing out there, guys who are, journeymen who are finally finding their way. So it's extremely tough. So overall, is it impossible? No, I do think the Brewers will win a World Series by 2030 because of what they're doing with the farm system and guys coming up and what they have now.
2030, within the next 6 years.
Yeah,
You heard first from Kyle Wallace.
Yeah, they will. They'll have some, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think they're going to need. Give me the next 15 years, and I'm still like, hey, like, come on now, like, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's gonna be tough.
You're not a real
You need these guys.
How is that? This is the one thing that you try and do. You declare they're gonna win in 6 years. So they go to the playoffs 6 of the last 7 years.
It's different.
And then now you're like, oh.
Craig Counsell was putting pieces together and making them fit.
Okay.
Now, I'm telling you this right now. The youth they already have on this roster, the youth that is coming up, when you put it all together with some free agents that they bring in, the Brewers are going to win a World Series. Now, Ben, on the other hand, he don't care he'd rather see Badger football win a championship before the Brewers, and now he think the Brewers going to be 50.
You have the Brewers fourth on your fan rankings.
But I want him to win a championship the most.
Man, this guy can flip-flop and hedge with the best of them.
15 years, there's kids literally, wet in the bed right now, 10-year-olds who are going to be on the roster 15 years from now. I don't know what it's going to look like 15 years from now, but 5 years from now,
why do they have to be wetting the bed?
It's a lot of
shot.
They're babies. They're babies. That's the whole point. I
got your point.
Good.
You didn't need to put them on blast like that.
Juan Soto will be ancient at that time, still making $700 million.
No, he actually would be on his last year of his contract.
Don't hear
Juan Soto's last year of his contract, the year the Milwaukee Brewers win the World Series.
All right.
Called it here first.
Heard it here first. I'm going to clip that and save that for 15 years from now.
Sounds good.
Hey, we're still here 15 years from now, boys. We did something right.
It's true.
All right, going off topic now. We're going to go with so McDonald's is back with the McRib. Last week it came out at so here we go. That's my question. Is the McRib the most overrated fast food item in history?
Brad, do you know what the McRib is?
No. Well, I've heard of it. I've certainly never had
I've never had a McRib.
I've never had it.
I've had it as a kid. It looked delicious as a kid.
I know there's a lot of fanfare about it. So what is it? It's rib meat?
It's a rib meat sandwich, listen, I don't know. McDonald's rib meat. So I don't know. Whatever you want to take about. And they have it at barbecue
processed
sauce.
Ribs,
and it's on like a rounded, an oval shaped kind of bun.
An oval.
It was delicious when I was 6,
Wait,
7.
An oval?
That's so weird.
Yeah, but
an oval.
Yeah, it's an oval. Wouldn't you say that?
It's like a regular, like kind of a sub sandwich type bread,
like a hoagie. An oval.
An oval burger.
Oh, I guess it is an oval. I'll show it to you. So it's basically a rib meat sandwich in barbecue sauce. The highest quality meat that they can offer.
Yes, Brent. Kyle did just admit he wet the bed until he was 10.
Yeah.
So is it good?
No.
That looks disgusting. That looks so unappetizing.
It's so bad.
It was
what is it all about?
This is why it's popular.
It's
because
nostalgic.
Yeah, no, because they don't sell it for most of the year. Then they allot like a certain time where they bring it back. And then everybody's like, "Oh my god, I got
to process that meat for nine months."
Oh, you couldn't. If you said that's free, I would not eat it.
We should try it, Brad.
Why?
Oh, I would love to see
we should try it on air.
Yes.
We should.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Nah, I'm good.
No, you gotta try it too.
That looks disgusting. Is that onions in there?
It's so gross.
All right, Max, what's next? I'm starting to get a tummy ache.
All right, so moving on, college football. Actor Timothy Chalamet was the guest picker on College Game Day last week at the SEC championship game, and he impressed the internet with his ball knowledge. He was throwing out stats left and right. He actually picked my Ohio Bobcats, by the way, to win the MAC championship. Only person who picked it, and they did, by the way. No big deal. Go Bobcats. Either way, actor Timothy Chalamet impressed the audience, impressed the internet. True or false, actor Timothy Chalamet is a true ball knower, or was he just fed a bunch of stats by some nerd?
He's an actor. You fell for it, Max.
No,
Come on, man.
I'm with you. I'm proposing the question to you guys.
Now, can I talk about the college football playoff for a second?
Yes.
I got a fun idea. So everyone's in a little outrage right now because the number one team in the country is 13-0, Oregon, has to face either Tennessee or Ohio State. I propose that the top 4 teams with byes, starting with number 1, Oregon, they get to choose the pairing that they would want to face of the winner.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that
then
too.
the second seed can pick, then the third seed and the 4th seed's left behind with
I like
little
that.
here, Ben out. I like that.
You like that?
Ooh.
Because they've earned it.
Before,
They did. You go the whole way. You go 13-0.
Before
And
the game's played, you're saying,
everyone's wishing they could play Penn State or SMU, and that's going to Boise State. The winner of that game is going to Boise State. If I'm Oregon, I'm like, well, SMU versus Penn State, I would take that a million times over than Ohio State and Tennessee.
That's good. I like that. Tennessee, Ohio State might be the most challenging one to receive, too. Those are two good teams.
They are.
Good conferences.
Can I complain about the fact that they need to fix this? Arizona State should not have a bye. They should not. You should just have the top. You don't get an automatic. These new conferences. Listen, the Big 12 is trash. Wisconsin in the Big 12 wins at least 8 games this year. At least 8 games.
That's saying something.
They're in the conversation. The ACC, other than Miami and SMU, showed me a little something by continuing to fight. Miami and Clemson are probably the top 2 teams. They're a good football team, but they're not deserving of it. But there's no way that Arizona State should get a top 4 seed over more deserving teams. They got to fix this.
Do you think it's just the top seeds? The top 4?
The top 4 teams. That's what it is. If you're a top 4 team, then you get it. It doesn't matter if you win your automatic bid gets you in. It doesn't get you a top 4 seed. That's ridiculous.
Colin, Ben, have an original thought. You know this is Tausch playoff format take.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. If
Didn't
it's
know
true, me and Tauschy, one and the same, baby. Brilliant.
I like the idea.
Yeah, they came at you, huh?
Oh, it's fine. That just means.
Did they throw me in there too?
Yeah.
How I get thrown on the bus with you? I'm just
I
agreeing.
don't know. Colin he's
Shout out to
after you.
Colin. Yeah, I guess. I'll take it.
No, he didn't mention your name.
Oh, I was going to say.
At all. Just me. Anything else, Maxie?
That's it, Benny.
All right, that's becoming relevant. And by the way, Max, stand up for a sec because you started the segment by standing up.
Yeah.
You did the becoming relevant on stream like you were the guy in Home Improvement growing up that
Wilson.
could only Wilson showing half your face on the
I was doing
stream.
the opposite though, because you can only see the top.
No, because sometimes you can only see the top. Sometimes you can only see. Oh, you're right.
It's always just the top.
Always the top.
That was
His face.
That was a great TV show bit. That was great.
For sure. Can't see his.
Brilliant.
But I want to see him. I guess you could just look him up.
Have you ever looked him up before?
No, but I'm going to do it right now on the break.
I'm doing that in break.
Or actually, I'm going to do it while you tell me about QC Kinetics and how to get people to move well.
Oh, that's right. Life's all about movement. You guys know me. I'm trying to stay active as I get slightly older. That's why I visited QC Kinetics. But I had a little bit of back issues that had slowing me down in life. And sure enough, QC Kinetics helped me get feeling better, and they're going to help you get feeling better too. My neighbor.
He died.
Oh, wow. That's not. We may need to do this
Yeah,
over.
I'm going to start that read over.
He needed better movement.
What does his face look like?
I mean, exactly what you would picture if you could see the whole face.
Okay.
Wilson! R.I.P., I guess. Go ahead, Brad.
Well, I'm going to save that for the break, but let me tell you about my friends at QC Kinetics, because life is all about movement, like I was just saying. And when I had some back pain, I went to QC Kinetics, got my free consultation, and they were able to help me figure out what was going on, if there's a personalized approach that they could give me in order to get back to feeling my best. I have a neighbor who had 19 years of back pain. Could you imagine? She went to QC Kinetics. Her own words, something of a miracle. QC Kinetics could be your miracle as you enter 2025. It's right around the corner for a new year. That means a new you. Whether it be your hips, your knees, your shoulders, or your back, QC Kinetics has the answer for you. I'm talking about regenerative cellular therapies that get you to be able to have platelets and plasma and stem cells, be able to engage in tissue regeneration and pain relief that will give you long-term relief, not short-term, long-term relief. So if you want to finally take control of your life, experience natural regenerative medicine, then you need to call QC Kinetics for your free consultation. Your life in 2025 will be better if you use QC Kinetics to get rid of that joint pain. The better you, get started right now at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Father Time gets us all. Rob Domofsky, the bold, the bald, the beautiful, had a strong statement earlier on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Mornings 94.5 ESPN. We'll get to Rob's comment on Father Time beating up Aaron Rodgers next.
This is Kyle, Brust and Nortman.
I love you, KBN Nation. I love you, Kyle. You're my best friend.
I know you need it, so you are my best friend as well.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Eastbound 94 looking pretty good right now. A few pockets of heavy traffic heading through the stadium interchange. The westbound side, though, is a bit heavier from 25th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Southbound 41 backing up from Silver Spring down past Capitol Drive. Got some backups along southbound 4394 coming out of the Marquette interchange and over the high-rise bridge heading all the way down towards the KK River crossing. And check the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 30. Tomorrow, colder and mostly cloudy, a high of 34. Weather is brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants, offering the perfect holiday gift. A memorable experience with the Bartolotta's gift card. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com, and happy holidays, Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Get ready for the moment we've all been waiting for. It's the 300K season finale giveaway at Potawatomi. Friday, December 20th, watch your entries from Bird Bash, Cash Clash, and Winter Stash. All pile into one massive drawing for a chance at up to 50 grand cash. Be there to win your share. December 20th, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Learn more at paysbig.com/finale. Must be 21 years old to play.
Hey guys, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel here to give you some advice. If you're making plans to propose to that special someone in your life, the Jewelry Center has to be your stop for the ring. It's what I did. They're the best place to shop for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee for a reason. I didn't know what to get, but with help of a Pinterest board, the Jewelry Center and their team of specialists took care of everything from start to finish. Naturally mined diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, whatever you're in the market for, when it comes to an engagement ring, the Jewelry Center has it. Find locations and inventory online at shoptjc.com.
Kevin Moret for Mentality Men's Health. I know that a guy's confidence comes from many sources. For our clients, the way they look is a big driver. When you have the muscle mass and the muscle tone, it changes the way you carry yourself. Did you know that 70% of Mentality clients have increased muscle mass and muscle tone through testosterone and peptide therapy? Their confidence is back and everyone can see it. If you want to recapture the way you look and felt years ago, join the over 25,000 clients and start today. Go to mentalityhealth.com/radio.
College hockey returns to Fiserv Forum with the 4th annual Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off, December 28th and 29th. The Wisconsin Badgers return to defend their title, facing the Ferris State Bulldogs in semifinal action on day one. The Yukon Huskies and Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks will battle for the other spot in the championship game. Don't miss the college hockey action coming to Milwaukee and see who wins the championship on day two. Secure your seats today at Ticketmaster.com.
Ready to tackle your home improvement project this winter? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. As a 5-time President's Club Award winner, Exterior Pros is not playing around. With flexible financing, it's never been easier to invest in your home without breaking the bank. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation today.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde, and I have the perfect gift idea for you. A custom holiday gift box filled with all your Kringle favorites from Racine Danish Kringles. There's no wrapping needed, and this season you can try their newest holiday pastry, Eggnog Kringle, created to bring festive cheer to your celebration. Filled with rich, creamy eggnog and topped with sweet icing and a sprinkle of cinnamon, it's perfect for sharing with loved ones. Go to Kringle.com to order or call 800-4-DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles, it's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman with you, KBN Nation, 800-990-3776. Max Meyerson running the show. Loves to hear himself talk more than Alex Strofe, which I didn't think was possible, but here we are today.
It's been a bully.
Yes.
Ben bullies the producers.
I'm just trying to build. They need to build character. If they're gonna ever step into these shoes, you gotta.
Here's how I'll phrase it. Ben has it in his toolkit. If he wants to, he knows how to attack, but he doesn't do it all the time. I'd say.
I don't do that often.
No, you don't.
But it's fun to let the dog off
do,
the leash.
You attack.
Ben, you don't attack me too often. You just hold off.
I feel bad for you.
Well, why is that? You feel bad for me. It might be worse.
Yeah, sometimes you just say such outlandish stuff that I don't even need to attack you. You do it to yourself.
Since the Packers season has started, I haven't been attacked very often.
It's because you haven't been as emotional because you don't believe in this team.
Oh, okay.
You have been strangely.
You see how I just right there,
Yeah.
and I could keep going and going and going if you guys want me to go.
He's very disrespectful.
You have been.
You haven't been emotional because you know why? You know this team's not going to win you a Super Bowl, and if they did have the opportunity to win a Super Bowl, you would be coming in here. Oh, I can't wait for next. Like you're just kind of laying low right now.
I was excited for the Lions.
Look at his voice. He's fraudulent.
There's acceptance. There's acceptance
to what this team's peak is.
What'd you just say? I was
excited for the Lions game. I was
excited for the Lions game.
That's how I say it. Kyle Wallace would be like, I was so excited for that Lions game.
And Kyle Wallace, can I be Kyle Wallace on even this Monday or Friday after the Packers lose to the Lions? If he believes they can win a Super Bowl. Can you I know they lost. But this team showed me everything, despite the bad first quarter. They battled back. Jordan Love showing shades of his old self since the bye. Passer rating over 110, like Jason Wilde said. This team's going to do it. Jordan Love starting to show shades of what he was like in the second half of last year. The Packers are a true Super Bowl contender. So he's like, yeah, I accepted it.
He's like Timothy Chalamet. Hell of an actor.
Timothy Chalamet.
I don't know how to say his name. Chalamet? I don't know. Chalamet?
Georgia Mike, let's see what you have to say about the Green Bay Packers. Maybe you believe more than Kyle does.
Well, first of all, Kyle's a beast, and Ben is not a dork. We went over that before, But yeah, I don't know. I don't think. I think if we go to Seattle, we might lose. I'd rather go to Arizona, maybe Atlanta. Do we trust Tampa Bay? I don't know if. I don't know what the better option is there.
So you don't have a lot of confidence.
Yeah, I was just going to say, and I appreciate the call, but this is he's an extension of Kyle Wallace.
No, he's not. Kyle Wallace ain't never said, I'm worried about Seattle. He ain't never said, let's go to Atlanta. I simply said, I am looking forward to the opportunity for us to have a third crack at the Detroit Lions because I'm confident that this football team has exactly what they need in order to defeat the Lions if Jair Alexander plays.
One player.
Yeah, one player. Yeah, one player makes a huge difference. What do you mean one player? In order to win in this football league, you have to have a stud corner. You have to. And teams that don't have great cornerbacks, they struggle. Our great cornerback was out, right? And I understand one player shouldn't be excused for losing.
You're doing the excuse making.
No, I'm saying
the Lions had their entire defensive line out.
They are a better football team than we are. They came out there. Their defensive line in the first half looked better than anything I've seen all year. Outside maybe the game where
better
the
than anything
Titans,
I've seen all year. You definitely don't watch anything other than the Packers.
No, I'm talking about the Packers. I get that I've seen as a Packers fan. That's what I'm saying. The amount of pressure you take away the game against the Titans where we had 8 sacks in that game or something like that. the pressure they got, I was jealous. I'm like, these are no-name guys. Zadarius Smith on the first drive getting the sack. So, yes, I look at them and I say, that's a good football team. They plug and play. They
See,
do
you
very
keep saying
well.
they're just a good football team.
Okay, they're a great football team. They are.
And you say phenomenal later, then you call them good.
No,
you try and tell yourself the Lions are only good to make you feel like your Packers have a chance because you don't truly believe that they do.
No,
I can feel it through your voice. Kyle, it's very clear you don't believe in the Packers this year. Just admit it out loud, and we'll be able to be on the same level the rest of the year.
What do you think? I'm some soft mental dude? No,
you are.
I ain't soft mental. You can't break me. I'm telling you this right now. The Green Bay
I'm breaking
Packers,
you right now.
The Green Bay Packers will beat the Detroit Lions if they get a third shot at playing them, and I'm confident
This is
they
such
will.
a crazy if.
It's not an if. I'm telling you, it's not an if. The Detroit.
So it's
Lions,
a when.
Detroit win because they will end up playing each other because the Packers are going to end up getting the 6th seed. They're going to win round 1, and then they're going to have to go to Detroit.
So you're declaring Packers will be in the
NFC Championship game.
Yeah, I mean that's what I had before the season.
So because you had it before the season, you will do all mental gymnastics you could possibly do to get them in the NFC Championship
They are good
game.
enough to beat the Detroit Lions, fellas. You saw that on Thursday. That though the Packers did not win that football game, they were good enough to beat the Detroit Lions. And it's not like Detroit's going to get all these guys back. I don't care about who else they had out. They are still missing Aiden Hutchinson, and that is a big piece of that defense. I'm not sure if the inside linebackers are going to be healthy enough in the playoffs or not, but at the end of the day, what I saw from this Green Bay Packers football team offensively showed me that they can go toe-to-toe with the Lions. I believe.
Are the Packers closer to the Lions or the Seahawks?
Oh, the Lions?
Really? Yeah, sounds like a real believer.
Well,
this guy.
because the Seahawks find ways to win football games. I don't think I'm not a real believer in the Seahawks like that. So I mean, I guess we'll find out more on Sunday as we go there.
You always just do it based off how the Packers play against the team. You don't ever look at the totality of the season.
Overall, I want to say I know Jordan Love is a better quarterback than Geno Smith, but Geno Smith leads the league in passing yards this year. So I mean,
which is wild.
But he throws interceptions. He doesn't throw a lot of touchdown passes. He's mid. He's mediocre, right?
Chef Ed, the Packers are starting to get hot. I like their chance against anyone in the playoffs. That's a true Packer backer.
And
Kyle thinks they're closer to Seattle. I
did not say that. I did not.
Ricardo in Canada, you're a true Packer backer, unlike Kyle. You actually believe they're Super Bowl contenders. I can hear it in your voice when you call. I hear fraudulent Kyle, and I don't hear the same passion I get from Ricardo.
Kyle, last year you abandoned us against the 49ers, and this year you're already jumping off the bandwagon again.
No, don't listen Ricardo.
Yes, we are true Super Bowl contenders, okay? Because the beginning of the year, everyone keeps talking about we keep losing the top NFC games. That was at the beginning of the year. That's a whole different team, a whole different step. The Philadelphia Eagles almost lost to the Carolina Panthers, for God's sakes. Like, let's not. It's any given Sunday. We have the offense, we have the ground game, okay? We're gonna get healthy by the time playoffs come. We're gonna be okay. We can travel. I trust our coach. I trust our quarterback. I trust in our team. Have faith. Come the time, we're going to do it. And especially in a dome, I think we can take Detroit. Detroit's defense is in shambles right now. They got the emotional high from winning a game, yes. But you can't tell me with all those injuries, you're going to be pulling this off for another 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks in a row. Don't give me that. They have to be pulling the Rams, scoring 40 points a game. Can they do it? I don't think so. So when push comes to shove, Green Bay will reign supreme. We'll be in New Orleans. And y'all remember, the crazy Canadian told you all back in December where we're going to be, okay?
Yeah, thank you, Ricardo. It's refreshing to hear from somebody who actually believes in the Green Bay Packers, unlike our co-host here, Kyle Wallace of
the
Kyle, Brust and Nortman.
The lies you spew out of that mouth.
No, did you feel the passion?
The lies that you spew out of the mouth.
No hesitation.
No hesitation. When I asked you, are they closer to the Seattle Seahawks or the Lions? You go, Lions. I mean, and then you're like, maybe they're closer to Seattle.
Ricardo has a higher level of confidence. That's okay. We both see the vision. We both still have the same goal in mind. We both have a level of confidence. One is just a little bit more than the other. But at the end of the day, I'm saying go Pack, go. I believe in this football team, and I can't wait to see what this team does in the playoffs.
The funniest thing I've been hearing about you from an injury standpoint and then Ricardo there, we're going to get healthy by the playoffs. Like that is the most absurd statement of all time. Nobody knows who could get hurt next week. It's football. This is football. Hey, say you're going to be healthy in the playoffs.
You're trying to hurt my players. Stop it. Putting that juju out there. Well, some juju I want to put out there is, guess what? I got a call today, and the call was, Kyle, Universal Windows Direct, I'm making that call. I had other people come by. I wasn't really feeling good about the consultation. I said, ooh. you know what to do. You need to call UWD. Yes, Universal Windows Direct today, and they did exactly that, and they got their consultation, their free consultation schedule, and I told them I had a great experience, and you will as well. And this is what I love about Universal Windows Direct, is they have super spacer technology. And what that does right now, especially with it being cold, it makes these windows perform longer, and it makes them perform better, and it helps keep your home insulated against the winter chill. It is going to be very, very, very cold this coming weekend, and guess what? That cold ain't going nowhere. If you're cold in your home, get Universal Windows Direct. Don't suffer anymore. Don't make your heat overwork. Get UWD today, and always remember, if you act right now, for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. There is no limit. Buy 4, get 4, buy 6, get 6. There is absolutely no limit. Plus, 0% financing for 60 months. When I told them that, they said, what? I said 0%. They said, no. That's 0% financing. I'm just shocked you have that. I said, yep, they have that. 0% financing for 5 whole years. Interest-free payments. That's what's up. And Universal Windows got you. And the last thing is every window is backed by a true lifetime warranty. Don't wait anymore. Call Universal Windows Direct today at 414-410-2000. That's 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate, or visit UWD.com. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
December 9th, 2024 is the day that we found out Kyle doesn't truly believe in the Green Bay Packers. I offered him a Green Bay Packers Super Bowl winning ticket to buy out from me if he truly believed. He did not. He is unlike Ricardo in Canada. He does not believe the Packers can go to the Super Bowl. Just if you missed any of the show, you'll know that Kyle's a fraudulent Packer backer.
Because
a real
he runs
Packer.
the show, does he just get to spew
a real
all these
Packer
lies?
is Brian Balaga. He's next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust and Nortman, KBN.
And I said, it just came out. I said, are y'all going to talk the whole show like this? Good for you. For the next 25 minutes, all they said was they started ribbing me. Oh, you going to clap like that the whole time? You going to laugh like that the whole time?
No.
You going to lay back like that the whole time? Why don't y'all go sit over in them open seats?
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. After every single green and gold game,
you can say it doesn't matter, but that's not being fair.
There's only one place to go for instant reaction.
Once, since they won the Super Bowl in 2010, one season, have they done better than 10th in points given up.
And to give yours on the Boda Box Wine Line. Tune into Green Bay Game Night with Homer after every green and gold game. Right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Rick, describe some of our wow Christmas gifts while Sarah and I name the prices and add a little commentary.
Okay. A 1.5 carat total weight diamond bolo bracelet.
Amazingly unique. Just $1,598.
Half carat total weight inside outside diamond hoop earrings.
Just $698.
1 carat total weight is just $898.
A fabulous 3 carat oval created diamond.
But we only have a few of these.
Just $3,998.
A 1 carat total weight created diamond tennis bracelet.
Just $898.
We also have the big 1 carat total weight natural diamond tennis bracelet for just $1,798.
And from now until Christmas, we have 18 months same as cash financing.
With approved credit.
And a delightful gift for you with every purchase of at least $300.
Merry Christmas.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
The president of James Imaging Systems, Tom Tegeter.
Over 45 years ago, my father, James Tegeter, founded our company on a cornerstone of quality, integrity, and service as the best way of connecting with clients. As I reflect on 2024, I'm grateful for the James Imaging Systems team. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to always connecting with clients and helping them thrive. To each long-term client, I extend my gratitude and thanks for your confidence and support. We look forward to remaining connected to you as your local business technology partner. I also appreciate our new 2024 clients for connecting with us. Welcome to the James Imaging Systems family. Looking forward to 2025, I believe if each of us embraces the power of connection, our local community will prosper. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and God bless America.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Hey,
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta here with Brad Nortman, and we've got a holiday deal from Quintessa Aesthetic Center that you don't want to miss.
That's right, Jen. The holidays are coming up fast, and if you're looking for the perfect gift for that special woman in your life, or maybe you're interested in checking out Quintessa for yourself, we've got you covered.
Now, through December 20th, for every $100 gift card you buy, you'll get a $20 bonus card. It's a once-a-year deal to make her holiday unforgettable or treat yourself.
Visit myquintessa.com today to grab this special offer.
On the actual day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a 12-pack of Lakefront, 11 Gyms of Beaming, 10 Royals Crowning, 9 Johnny's Walking, 8 Wines of Sparkling, 7 Miller's Lighting, 6 Geese of Graying, 5 Chardonnays, 4 Spotted Cows, 3 Cabernets, 2 gift cards from just one trip to Discount Liquor.
Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. 'Tis the season to check out Discount Liquor's tremendous selection of over 2,000 varieties of beer, 3,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines from around the world. And yes, we do carry 8 varieties of ready-to-drink eggnog. Celebrate this most festive time with a great selection of beautifully packaged liquor gift sets, sure to make you the hit of the party or as a perfect gift for the liquor connoisseur on your shopping list. Discount Liquor, 2 locations, in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Main and Barstow.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor.
See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I've got some famous friends you probably never heard of, but back in Rutherford County, our crowd is second to none. You might not know.
Oh, your company, it's all about telling your story. That's what a brand is telling the message you want sent. 3 Tree Marketing will do that perfectly for your company, whether it be welcoming new teammates, business partners, specialized gifting, whatever it is, onboarding kits. 3 Tree Marketing is going to make sure that your branded merchandise is top tier. Whenever we use 3 Tree Marketing, Good Karma Brands, ESPN Milwaukee, whenever we put our logo on something that's merchandise oriented, boy oh boy is our story told exactly how we want it to be. They become an amazing extension of our team and showcase what our brand is all about. 3 Tree Marketing can and will do the same thing for you. So if you want to see what 3 Tree Marketing can do for you and your team, set an appointment today at 3treemarketing.com.
Kyle Brust and Nortman leading into the Homer Hour from 5 to 6. Tony Cartagena, executive producer of the Thanalysis Show, will be hosting
TC
with Brian from 5 to 6. We got Brian for a little bit here. Brian, sorry I'm running late. That's my fault. I like saving a lot of time for you, and I didn't today. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Doing well. How about I ask you a very simple but intriguing question here? If the Packers were to play the Lions a third time in the playoffs, would they win?
That's a tough question. It's hard to. I will say it's hard to beat a team 3 times. I definitely will say that, especially a division opponent. It's really hard to beat a division opponent 3 times in a season. Listen, Green Bay can beat Detroit. Right. I think they can beat Detroit, and they gave a lot of examples why they can beat Detroit on Thursday. Detroit's a good football team. I'm not taking anything away from Detroit. They're a very sound football team. They're physical. They do a lot of things really well, but I think Green Bay matches up very well with them. They whatever Green Bay's weaknesses are, they're able to make up for them, with a lot of their strengths against Detroit's big-time weaknesses, and they balance each other out. Like it's very fascinating to watch. So I think they can beat them. Do they definitely beat them? I don't know, man. That's really hard for me to say yes or no to. But I think they have just as good as a shot as they did Thursday night, and I think they could do it. For sure they could do it, but I mean, that's going to take a big game to do it.
Brian, Kyle Wallace here. Look, I don't think the Packers can win a Super Bowl this year. Am I wrong?
Now, Brian, you know that's not me. Don't you answer that question. But what I will say is this, though. My argument about the Packers not losing game 3 or round 3 to the Lions is simply because if you have a healthy Jair, I am that much more confident that allows for Jeff Hafley to do a little bit more, create a little bit more pressure, and throw Jared Goff off his spot because maybe you play a little bit more man-to-man because you know Jair is going to take care of his guy. So I thought that maybe opens up some things if Jair's healthy and back.
Well, I think so. I mean, you're onto something there. I mean, I think we saw early on in that game. I mean, particularly in that first drive, we saw Goff back there pretty comfortable, kind of just able to work his way down the field, and we were just rushing for it. And I get things changed throughout the game. He wanted to get a feel for how the game was going to go. But when you got a corner that you're very comfortable with that can take care of a side of the field, or you don't have to rotate safety help over there as much, and you feel good with a one-on-one matchup, you could potentially bring a pressure over to that side, or you can simulate a pressure or show pressure and leave that corner on an island so you can bait Goff into something or just something like that. So I think it changes the dynamic dramatically, but that's something that we'll have to wait and see it. And listen, I hope Jair gets as healthy as possible as soon as possible, because he's needed, right? Like, I'm done talking about this and that with his knee. Like, I'm over it. I just want the guy back on the field. Like, that's where I'm at with it, because he's needed. And having a talent like that not available is I'll just put it hurts the team. So like, I just want the guy healthy and ready to go.
Brian, did you see Dan Orlovsky's article on ESPN.com ranking the top 20 NFL quarterback and receiver duos of the season?
He's not a big Orlovsky guy, so I'm curious.
I did not see that.
Okay,
so
of the 20, Jordan Love and a certain pass catcher falls on the list at 15. Would you like to guess which receiver the duo Dan Orlovsky described?
I would have to guess it would be Tucker Kraft, right?
Well, so it's only wide receivers. So how about another guess with a wide receiver?
Oh, okay. So I didn't know if they were grouping tight ends in with wide receivers. I would have to say Reed then, right? Because is he the leading receiver for the team right now?
Logical answer. Logical answer.
I got it right. It's Romeo Dobbs.
Does that surprise you? And if it does, do you agree that that's the most potent pass duo on the team?
It surprises me a little bit, because like I would have thought Reed was the top receiver for the team right now, but
8 catches in the last 4 games.
He's the top receiver for the team though right now.
I thought it was going to be Reed too.
I get it, but I just thought he was the main guy right now. But I guess maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Orlovsky
you're
something
not
that
wrong.
I don't.
You're not. You know ball for real, okay?
I just, hey, he's the quarterback. He studies all that stuff. I guess I don't know as much.
Yeah, stick to the old line, Balaga.
Yeah.
Brian Balaga is going to join Tony Cartagena, who's in for Homer the Homer Hour. Best hour of your life, besides these other 3. Next.